All right, you guys. This your boy back at y'all with another one, man. And let's get right down to business. Actually, before we get down to business, I want to thank the Bottom Line Santee Walden for letting me on his platform and allow me to cook with him and fellowship with the brother. You know what I'm saying? If you're not subscribed to the Bottom Line Santee Walden, I highly recommend you do so. You know what I'm saying? That's the homie right there. You know what I'm saying? So, breaking news coming into the timeline. And shout out to Main Event Mark for subscribing to the channel. Wilt Strong, I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel too, right? So, article coming from Bleacher Report as the Atlanta Hawks fired Coach Lloyd Pierce. Now, I told y'all this last year when anyone that subscribed to my channel, I said that Lloyd Pierce was on the hot seat. You know, after all the signings they made from Rondo to Gallinari, they made the trade for Clint Capella last year, but Clint Capella didn't really play a whole lot of games last year because he was hurt, right? You had to know going into this season that Lloyd Pierce was going to be on the hot seat. And then when they hired Nick McMillan as an assistant, then you really had to know that he was on the clock, right? But yeah, man, this is what happens when you underperform. When your team is expected to be a playoff team and your team ain't doing shit, this is what's going to happen. Another one bites the dust. Now, of all these years of watching basketball and covering basketball, I have not seen these many coaches get fired during the season. He's like the third coach already in this young NBA season that's gotten fired. The Atlanta Hawks are just 4-11 since the impressive 10-9 start to the 2020 season and are making a major change as they look to get things back on track and complete for a playoff spot. On Monday, the Hawks fired Coach Lloyd Pierce, the 44-year head coach in Atlanta since the start of the 2018-19 season, but just went 63-120 in 2.5 seasons. And of course, you know, the Hawks put out a statement talking about how they like to thank him and, you know, and the tireless work and effort that he's done, and that, but they feel the team is not progressing and they got to go in a different direction, all that, right? Now, Chris Kirschner of The Athletic spoke to one Hawks player who said Pierce found out about his exit from social media, and that there was no heads up, and that Pierce coached the team through practice today. So the dude found out on social media that he was getting let go, and that right there is disgusting. Look, if you wanted to fire the dude, don't have the dude find out on social media. There's a way for things to be done here, and that right there is some bullshit, the way you fired him. Look, do I agree that the Hawks need to let him go? Yes, I called this last year. About Lloyd Pierce being on the hot seat, right? But don't have the man find out. Hold on, I got some technical difficulties here. Hello? Okay, here we go. But don't have the man find out on social media that he was getting fired, man. Come on now. I mean, there's no respect here. There's no morals, no ethics or shit like that. The dude had to find out on social media that he was getting let go. Man, salute to you, D-Rob. Appreciate you for being up in here. Prior to this time with the Hawks, he was an assistant with the 76ers and in player development with the Grizzlies. He was an assistant in Philadelphia from 2014 to 2015 through 2017 to 2018 and helped coach players during the rebuild, effectively known as the process. Now, Wojnarowski and Mark Spears reported when Pierce was hired in Atlanta that Schneich and members of the Hawks front office were impressed with his young player development with the 76ers during the rebuild as their franchise moved towards one as well. Yet the Hawks went 29-53 in his first year, 20-47 in the second year. They appeared to turn the corner at the start of the season, but have struggled even in the Eastern Conference that is not exactly loaded with top-notch contenders, which is 4 teams above 500. There's still enough talent in place. You got Trey Young, you got John Collins, a.k.a. John the Baptist, Clint Capella. They also got Gallinari, Rondo, right? Kevin Herter is a guy that's developing along with uh not Cam Reddish, what's the other guy? Shit, I can't get the other guy name out my mouth right now. Right? But yeah. So they're gonna look toward Nate McMillan to turn this thing around. Nate McMillan is going to be the interim coach for the Atlanta Hawks, and I do believe that Nate McMillan will turn this team around and get this team in the playoffs. But you had to know the clock was ticking on and Lloyd Pierce. Shout out to Jacob Jennings. Always salute to my homie. You know what I'm saying? Very staunch supporter of the channel. East Oakland 90 Mac. What's up? Appreciate y'all for being up in here today. And the thing about these firings is there's going to be more. There's going to be more firings. There's going to be more firings. They had to make this move. The Atlanta Hawks had to make this move. You couldn't just sit there and just let this season go down the toilet after all the signings that they made in the offseason and all that. Had they had injuries? Yeah, they have injuries, but so is everybody else in the league. And you got to go out there and get it done. Nobody gets a pass. Nobody gets, excuses made for them. This is third season at Atlanta. And by your third season at Atlanta, should be as a coach, you should be able to determine whether or not this could be the guy that's going to lead your team to the future. Yes, Luke Walton is next on the chopping block. That's right. You seen that show Chopped from back in the day on the Food Network? Lloyd Pierce, you've been chopped. That's one of my favorite cooking shows and shit. All right, Mr. Big Chest, what you got on Atlanta firing Lloyd Pierce? And for everybody, this is what we're talking about. I don't hear nothing about LeBron, about none of this shit. We talk about Lloyd Pierce getting fired. All right, go ahead.
Shit, well, I'm surprised it wasn't sooner because this man doesn't make adjustments on the defensive end. Now he's a brilliant offensive mind, but the Atlanta Falcons, the Atlanta Hawks, they've been getting exposed on the defensive end, especially at their guard play. Teams are attacking Trey Young mercilessly, and the other guards, Kevin Huerter, and who's the other guy? The boy out of Duke, him,
Cam Reddish.
Yeah, Cam Reddish. They ain't defended. Now, Trey Young, yes, he's averaging 27.5 points per game, which is good. And they're scoring, and their offense is top 10 in the league, but their defense is bottom 5. And, that's like, you're gonna lose games like that. The other issue that they haven't figured out they haven't really figured out how to incorporate Rajon Rondo consistently, Danilo Gallinari consistently. All the pieces that they added in trades this offseason and free agency, they haven't figured out a way to consistently add them. And they should be in a playoff spot, but they're not. And I feel like Nate McMillan is going to make some defensive adjustments, sort of like what he did in Indiana with Victor Oladipo and how he struggled and how he used Malcolm Brogdon, to cover for like the defensive lapses that they had. But they need to get a defender in the trade deadline. They need to be buyers in the trade deadline.
And this is the thing. So in their last 5 games, they've had some impressive wins, but they had some very uneven and questionable losses. So the game on February 21st, they beat the Denver Nuggets 123-115. Okay, impressive win. But then again, the Denver Nuggets, they're a struggling team right now. They should not be sitting in 8th place. But then they followed up by losing to the Cavaliers, right? They come back and blew out the Celtics, but then they turn around and lose to the Thunder. And then they get their ass whooped by the fucking Miami Heat last night.
Without Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero played last night.
He played my fault. Oh, Jimmy Butler, my fault.
Yeah. So, what you got on this, Gideon?
Okay. Lloyd Pierce's coaching was bland. He didn't do a good job teaching ball movement. You see at times Trey Young do one-on-one. Also, what killed me with Atlanta, their rotations were bad. The execution was poor. I didn't like their spacing at times. Also, the fact that, like what Mr. Big Chest says, they didn't use Rondo well enough and Gallinari in the system very well. And another problem with Lloyd Pierce's coaching style, I feel that he doesn't get the players to listen and follow the game plan. He just allows players to do whatever they want rather than finding the right strengths for them. You know what I mean? And that's the issue why the Hawks have been underachieving. Like, think about this. Charlotte and New York are in the playoffs, not Atlanta. Remember, Atlanta started off 4-1. People forget about that. But the problem with the Hawks is discipline. They get too lackadaisical with the ball. They need to continue to attack the rack, which they don't do consistently. And other than Clint Capella, they don't have shot blocking in the paint. And there's a reason why the Hawks continue to underachieve. And it's kind of a shame. And also, I want to throw this out there. What he lost 10 straight games going to that game, by the way. And when he lost to the Thunder, OKC was struggling a little bit. So Atlanta's had some really stupid losses due to lack of discipline, lack of the right personnel, lack of the right adjustments, and also the fact that Lloyd Pierce's system is bland, is not getting into the players' ears, and that's the reason why the Hawks continue to underachieve. And for them to lose to the Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler, I know Miami is surging right now, but it's just ridiculous if you're a Hawks. If you're a Hawks fan, you gotta be disgusted where this team is at right now.
All right, D Rob, you were next in here. What you got on what you got on goddamn on Lloyd Pierce getting fired?
Well, I think it was all part of the plan. I think they wanted Nate McMillan because before Nate McMillan took that Indiana Pacers job, they was looking heavily at him. And Atlanta's still a young team, and they wasn't gonna listen to Lloyd Pierce because he really didn't have no respect in the league.
Mm-hmm. Lou the Rider, what you got on? Can you mute your mic because you got a lot of static? All right, so Lou, what you got on Lloyd Pierce getting fired?
Hold up, do y'all hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you there, buddy.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, I'm not surprised that Atlanta fired their head coach. When you go coach Atlanta Hawks, it's like you in Siberia the whole time. Like they never Atlanta has some good decent teams, but when it comes to being a head coach there, the players ain't gonna listen to you. The fan support ain't that good, and basically just what you get. They got all that talent, but those young cats didn't want to let the coach, didn't want to follow orders, because it's hard to coach these superstars today in the NBA because they know all when they really don't. Now you got McMillan being coaching that team, and they're gonna still play the same way. They're not gonna listen to him. They're gonna do what they want to do. Then they're gonna probably break them down once again, starting all over.
Man, I wish I bet on that. You know, Lloyd Pierce was a 2,500 odds to be fired.
Yep. Yeah, he was going
to be gone. If I had bet on that shit, man, I would have won me some money.
I thought they gonna fire. I thought Luke Walton gonna be the first coach to be fired.
Don't worry, his clock is ticking. Trust me, his clock is ticking.
After what happened,
it was Ryan Saunders. Ryan Saunders got fired, ironically, the day that Minnesota lost to New York, and also the fact that Terry Stotts should have been fired a long time ago. That's a long story. And the thing with Lloyd Pierce, I felt that he doesn't care about winning. You get what I'm saying? I feel he's just content of what he's doing. It's like he doesn't make adjustments. That's the problem with Lloyd Pierce. He does the same thing. They don't have a true system to follow, and there's the reason why the Hawks have underachieved. Like, there's no reason for Atlanta to be barely better than Cleveland, and that's a shame if you're the Hawks, because many people, including myself, had this team as 7th seed or 6th seed around that, and so far the interior, other than Clint Capella, they have no rim protection. Trey Young can score, but Trey Young sometimes Trey Young does do too much, a lot, and sometimes Trey Young it's not aggressive at times. Also, the fact there's injuries, like Bogdanovich has been hurt, Gallinari banged up, Rondo banged up, and they don't. And here's the thing: Atlanta has the talent, but they don't mesh. Their talent doesn't mesh right now. That's the issue with the Hawks right now. Why they've kind of been disappointing, and you can argue have been the most disappointing team in the NBA. You can argue that.
I got another team like that.
Hey, Sterling Young, what you got on this?
Yo, man, salute to the panel, to the chat. I mean, now they fired a coach, and now what's next? What's next? What's next? Next, have a guy gonna have to hire a good coach. Good coach. Hopefully help Trey Young. All these guys here, because looking at Atlanta, they're one of the most disappointing teams today. Because they're so young and they need so much, except for Rondo, other players, like some of the young players, they need so much learning to do.
Hey, get this, y'all. They say Lloyd Pierce found out on Twitter he got fired.
Crazy. It's worse.
What the fuck is that? Look, it's one thing if you want to fire somebody. It's a whole nother thing for the motherfucker to coach the team and practice on during the course of the day. He's sitting at home with his family and all that. He goes to his Twitter account, and then that's how he finds out he got fired. Man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, definitely. Because he's a great guy, but a terrible coach. Because 11 out of 20 Hawks loss has been thanks to blown leads in fourth quarters. Because his rotation is awful. It's awful.
Look, all that being said, if you're gonna fire the guy, you ain't got enough class to bring him in there and let him know that hey, we're gonna go in a different direction. He had to find out on Twitter. That's like, hey, if you're in a relationship, right? You and your girl, y'all just got done having sex, right? You know what I'm saying? It was the best sex in the world. You get showered, you go to work, and then you find out on Twitter that she's been in another relationship the whole time. What the fuck is that?
Lack of professionalism.
Where's the honor and where's the fucking ethics in that shit?
No professionalism by Atlanta.
Where the professionalism on that shit? Oh shit! Hey, what's up? Nola Boy Sports and News. What up, homie?
LB. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to everybody. Say, bro, ain't that coach black though?
Yeah.
Yo.
Well, how the fuck Scott Brooks still got a job?
Hey.
How the fuck Terry Stott still got a job?
I have no idea.
No, they got to keep the same energy with these coaches. Y'all gonna keep these droopy motherfuckers around, sitting there thinking up the joint, but y'all ain't gonna get that man no time to try to build or nothing. There's some bullshit right here, dog. That's why I be telling y'all niggas, man, y'all better read the fucking play.
And then
I'm glad Shannon Shaw spoke out on that shit this morning because he was like, man, Mike Tomlin with that coaching shit. But you ain't never had a black coach neither. But y'all always talking about we don't have enough black coaches, but look what you're doing. You ain't giving them a chance to do nothing.
Now,
come on, man. You got to keep that shit 100. You got Scott Brooks been staying up the place since OKC in the finals, and this nigga still got a fucking job.
Oh, don't worry. Hey, don't worry, James. His seat is hot. His seat is hot out here. Trust me. He should.
LB, that's not right, though, dog. That's what I be trying to tell people, dog. This shit is not fucking right. What's up with the equal opportunities? You see what I'm saying? Come on,
Nick McMillan. So they got Nick McMillan as the replacement.
I'm glad the brother got the job, bro. Listen, that a replacement, get a man a coaching job. That man, how long that man was the coach for Atlanta Hawks? Please, somebody tell me.
2.5 years.
That's not enough to build no franchise knowing you gave him the keys to a bunch of puppies in a kettle. You gotta teach these players, and you gotta grow with these players. Now, like I say, I done watch coaches have jobs for 4-5 years. I done watch Nick McMillan make the playoffs damn near every year when Indiana still got fired. Get a man a chance. Yeah. Come on, dog. What the fuck is they doing to my people? Why my people always gotta play the Rosa Parks, get to the back of the bus shit?
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to my boy Courtney Washington. He had a job with the Pacers. They fired him after the first round exit last year. Atlanta hired him to be the assistant coach under Lloyd Pierce. And then, Atlanta hit a rough patch and then they ended up firing him, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, my thing is this, right? Because I called this last season that this dude was on the hot seat in Atlanta. After all the moves they made, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bringing in Rondo, bringing in Danilo Gallinari. Last season, you brought in Clint Capella on a trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
They felt like they really had a push for a playoff spot.
Hey, bro, they started off good though. That's what I'm saying. It's still a young team, LB.
Yeah,
Give
they
them a
did start
chance
off
to
good. They
gel.
started off 4-1.
They started off damn good. So you hit a rough patch, you gonna fire the brother all of a sudden? Come on, bro.
Hey, I'm not
That's
saying
not
this.
right, man.
Hey, I don't think it's right. I'm not saying it's right, man. I'm not saying it's right that they fired this dude. But then
like
again,
that, yeah, he don't deserve.
but the motherfucker had to find out on Twitter, man. That's foul. That's foul.
That's disrespectful.
Like to me, they should have talked to the man in person, like in the gym, like in the office.
Say, hey,
office was house, but not now. He has to find out in social media that you're fired. That's the worst thing ever.
Here's what I thought. I can understand the firing part because I do think the Hawks need a new voice, but at the same time, if you're going to fire the guy, have like a day, maybe, you meet up, the general manager, the owner, everyone meets up, and you tell them, we're sorry, don't do it on social media when, that's just disrespectful, and that doesn't show class. And it's really disgusting. I know Lloyd Pierce is not a great coach. He's not. But what I'm saying is that I agree with you guys that they didn't have to tell him on Twitter that he's let go of his duties. That doesn't make any sort of sense to me. And here's the thing: what kills me with Trey Young. He scores a lot of points, but he needs to learn to be a leader. Okay, he needs to learn to develop leadership skills. Okay. Also, John Collins has been in trade rumors all year. Okay, so and also DeAndre Hunter has been banged up. Cam Reddish at times.
That's the dude I was thinking about. I'm sorry, Gideon. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's the dude I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cam Reddish disappointed me because you remember he always going to interviews. He's saying that this next year I'm gonna get better after having his rookie year.
But this is the thing, y'all. This is the thing because I remember my brother Ticket. He talked about this on his channel, but Cam Reddish coming out early. Look, we said before this dude even got drafted that he wasn't ready.
I mean, Cam Reddish.
But look, you gotta go. Hey, look, I'm not against a dude want to go out there and get his money. If he want to go out there and get his money, hey, I'm all for that, right? But at the same time, was he really ready to be in the NBA?
No, he wasn't. To me, I feel like he was a follower because he saw how Zion did it and RJ. He saw what Zion did it, RJ did it. He was like, "Damn, I can go ahead and do like that." But I feel like he should have just stayed that dude. Just stay that dude for one more year.
And you see that's what Tyus Jones. That's what Tyus Jones' little brother did.
Yes, he did because he wasn't following. He said, "I'm just going to stay one more year." But I feel like Cam should stay one more year instead of following RJ.
He would have been way better, and he would have been because his issue is not really his game. Now, yes, he is inconsistent, and he needs to get off Fortnite because I'm tired of playing. I'm literally tired of beating his ass in Fortnite. Though I'm tired of that.
Oh my God.
He needs to get off of Fortnite and get in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what James always talk about when it comes to the dedication. These guys not working on their game. So if you're telling me that this guy's out here playing Fortnite when he should be working on this game, right?
Yeah.
Now this is the only thing you got to do. It's not like you got to work I got to work a 7 to 3, right? All of us on this panel, in one way or another, got to work a 9 to 5, right? Some of us work that bitch like 6 days a week. Some of us working 12-hour shifts for crying out loud. And all this motherfucker got to do is get his ass in the gym, work on this game, and be a better basketball player. But instead, he wants to take his ass on Fortnite.
Yeah, dude's on PC and everything. And like the thing is, like what Gideon, you said Trey Young got to be here. This man got to start whining, and that because
that's
like
my thing. Trey Young whines.
You whine too much about the refs.
And
I'm like, bro,
sometimes
like seriously, bro.
When I watch the Hawks, look, the thing with Trey Young, he needs to learn to continue to tag the basket. Utilize the mid-range game. Don't just settle for long threes. Sometimes he tries to be Steph Curry too much, okay? And also, the Hawks need another rim protector to help out Clint Capella. They need another rim protector.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. God damn it. Torian Prince is out tonight.
Dang,
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Shit.
all right.
They're one of my plays for. I'm trying to win $100,000 on FanDuel tonight. He was gonna be one of my low-owned plays, man. He got now. Fuck. All right, go ahead, man.
So for the Hawks, I here's what I think. I in my opinion, I can agree with them firing Lloyd Pierce. That's just me personally. But at the same time, the Hawks need to utilize their talent in the right system. That is the problem. I think Nick McMillan could do a good job. Do I think they're going to make the playoffs at this point? I don't know. I really don't know because New York is surging right now. Chicago's improving a little bit. Charlotte has been surprising. So I don't know if Atlanta's going to make the playoffs, but if this team doesn't get in, it's a shame because this team has all the talent, but they don't have a true system. They need to use more pick and pops, screen roll. They got to do more pick and roll with Capella. That's the problem with the Hawks. I feel Atlanta, tries to be fancy with the ball, and that's the reason why they're struggling right now. So yeah, they gotta make some changes now. And I love Trey Young, but Trey has to be a leader. John Collins, needs to have a brain and play smart. Also, the fact that Cam Reddish has to be more consistent. DeAndre Hunter has to stay healthy. Rondo has to stay healthy. And Gallinari has to be more consistent. Gallinari is way too inconsistent. One game, he had 38 points. Another game, like 10 points or something. He needs to be more consistent. And Bogdanovich, too. Don't forget, LB. They got Bogdanovich, too. He's been banged up this whole season.
Oh, yeah, Bogdanovich. Yeah, the guy they snagged from the goddamn Kings.
Yeah. But yeah, what's me though, cause John Carter last year he was actually a pretty defender, almost 2 blocks a game playing position as center is quite good. But mind you, John also missed 25 games, which eventually end up half a season, for screw defense number overall. But no Ken Capella, you got Ken Capella, who needs to be center, and let John play his natural forward, help his best side, and for Trey, he just need to make the effort in order to not be dead in the last defensive efficiency.
Trey's not a good defender.
Hold on. Let me speak. Because Hunter, because Hunter, you got Hunter and Reddish, two guys who got your good defenders in your Hawks. Good defenders in your Hawks. These players sign outside of Bogdanovich where to boost the bench production both offensively, defensively. And you got Chris Dunn. You also got Chris Dunn, especially your wing defender, And to me, you got these young guys adding Rondo. They're definitely a young team that needs development. You always got to develop them. Once they get developed and have better depth and good defensively,
What's wrong with Rondo, SY? What's wrong with Rondo? Why that nigga not out there?
No. I ain't saying nothing
banged
wrong
up
with
right now.
He banged up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, he's been up and down. He's been in and out of the lineup all year. He's comes from the bench, so yeah. And Gallinari, man, he's just too inconsistent. I'm sorry, and he's injury prone. It's like it's crazy. So yeah.
Like they are 29th in defensive efficiency right now. They're a little like it's a the reason why like lower Pierce lineups like you would have because what teams are gonna do until they make adjustments, they're literally going to attack Trey Young in the pick and roll. And Trey Young, when I say he can't defend, it's not the fact he don't give effort on defense. If he gets beat, he don't try to go back and recover. If he gets beat, he gets beat. And if they miss a shot, he's already down court, basically like he's cherry picking like that. Like I was watching, and this is against like I was watching a couple weeks back when they played the Hornets, and they had a set, and LaMelo Ball was just giving him the business like back to back possessions, and Lloyd Pierce made no adjustments. The problem is, you're playing Herter at the 2, and then again Herter's an inconsistent defender as well. But they got a problem where they got scorers that really can't defend like that, and then they got defenders that are not consistently scoring even though they have the ability to. So until they get their lineup right, they need to get somebody in the trade deadline that's like that solid piece that can do a little bit of both, that little Swiss Army knife. I don't know who's all on the trading block. They need to get they need to get a role player that's like a Swiss Army knife, I don't know.
John Cam is in the trade block, sir.
Man, he should. Man, why? So John Collins should not be on the trading block. Sorry,
No.
I wouldn't. That dude nice, bro. Why would you trade all your young assets away?
Because they trying to get somebody. They trying to see if they can get somebody big, which is not gonna happen because it's not gonna happen because like
you talking about a veteran type player or something?
Like, they're trying to get a vet. There's no veteran outside of PJ Tucker. There's no veteran fours like that. You got a whole bunch of young dudes. You got a whole bunch of young dudes on the trading block. And it's not. The only person I could see him getting, but this is highly unlikely. And when I say highly unlikely, is it to get Blake Griffin from a buyout? But that's highly unlikely because if Blake Griffin gets bought out, he's going to the West. He's going to be in California somewhere. Either the Lakers, the Clippers, or the Warriors. Those are the teams I'm hearing from right now if he gets bought out. But the only four I can see them trading for is PJ Tucker. But that wouldn't be good because, one, they'll be sacrificing size. And then John Collins, he's that dude. He can bang. He can roll to the basket. And he can occasionally shoot that outside shot. Now, his problem has been consistency this year, but he's still one of your valuable players. Him and Trey Young are the core of that team. Like, you don't trade the core of your team. And that's on the general manager.
That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say right there. Why trade the core of your team?
Definitely.
Yeah, I would not trade John Collins under no circumstances, man.
And then definitely the Trey Young and John Collins situation, they need to work that out. And sort the problem with them.
Y'all made some good points about Trey Young. I like his scoring, but that nigga, that's all it look like he won't do is just shoot the ball and score all day. Like that's the only aspect to the game.
Yeah, he's one of the worst defenders in the league.
Worse.
The worst. He's the worst. He's ranked dead last.
Yeah, that's why John Collins was mad because he wasn't playing defense.
He ain't playing. He don't even give effort. Like he looked like James Harden in 2015 out there.
Mm-hmm. And that'll get a coach fired, dog. Your star player playing out of control like that. They'll feel like you can't control him, and he a young star. You ain't got no veteran doing this. This a player that you supposed to get a hold of and teach him. So I understand where they're trying to go. But come on, man. For y'all to fire the man and don't give him a fair shake, then fire him the way y'all did, how LB saying it, do it through Twitter. Come on, man. That's totally disrespect, man.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. But like James, here's the thing. It's not. See, his Lloyd Pierce's coaching, I'm gonna just keep it. I'm trying to be as respectful. It wasn't good. His rotation.
I understand that.
But I understand where you come from because they should have fired him in a respectable way. Everybody know any Atlanta sports team, their management is really horrible anyway. That's all sports. But the thing is, what you saying about Trey Young? So he's averaging 27.5 and he's averaging around 9.1 around 9 assists. So he's a facilitator and he can pass. The problem is he's shooting 36% from three. That's the problem. He's shooting 30 and then
long threes. He taking
Steph Curry range threes. And this year Steph Curry struggling. A struggling year for Steph Curry shooting 44% from three. That's a year that's Steph Curry struggling.
Yeah, and Trey needs to utilize that mid-range game. All right, Trey needs to.
That's what I'm saying right there, Gideon. Right there. Stay right there, Gideon. Keep cooking right there.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this. I love Trey Young, but sometimes he tries to do too much. He tries to be fancy. Look, I agree with Lloyd Pierce being fired. That's just me. I agree with that. That is me. But the problem with the Hawks is lack of awareness and discipline. That is the reason why Atlanta is struggling right now. It's discipline, turnovers, try to ruin fast breaks, not clogging the paint, trying to take long threes. And there's the reason why they're in this mess. There's no way they should have lost to the Thunder. There's no way they should have lost to the Cavs. There's no way that, they should be struggling like this. This team was 4-1. But the problem with Atlanta is a lack of consistency, lack of spacing out at times, and also the thing with the Hawks, they don't defend with intensity. They don't have enough perimeter defenders. I mean, Atlanta needs to make moves in the trade deadline if they could have any shot making the postseason. Because there's no way New York and Charlotte and even Chicago should be in the postseason over Atlanta. There's no way. Atlanta needs a voice. That's the thing. I agree with Lloyd Pierce being fired because I didn't like his coaching style. I just feel that he does the same thing. He allows players to do whatever they want rather than having a true system. But I don't agree with the whole social media thing because it just feels like a slap in the face. It feels like disrespect. But the Hawks need a new voice. And I love Trey Young. I love John Collins. They got to show leadership. Those numbers don't mean anything to me. It's about, are you leading your team to win? Look at LeBron, for example, with the Hornets. Look at even Julius Randle for the Knicks. Even Zach LaVine, the Bulls. Oh, even those leading their teams into the postseason. So that's what's unbelievable if you're the Hawks. And the thing with Atlanta, they got to stay healthy. Rondo has to stay healthy. Gallinari has to stay healthy. God knows when Bogdanovich will come back and Hunter. Who knows? This team
That's
has
what
a
I was
lot
about
of
to ask you
issues.
too.
And
Do you think injuries had a lot to do with them?
No, I think
Rondo. Hey, truth be told, Rondo need to start drinking some milk.
To
he
me,
need to drink something, dog. That nigga bone
Man,
fresh.
that motherfucker needs some calcium built up in them goddamn scrawny ass bones. Goddamn, that motherfucker got fingers like a goddamn bar of Twix.
But to me, I feel like
easy to break.
To me, I feel like it's injuries.
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
And lack of chemistry.
No, hold on.
And
Hold on. I said injuries, the lack of depth, and also suspensions.
Yeah.
Suspensions.
All right. See, put Rondo out there. He not hurt. You think they be able to close some of those games that they was losing?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Still.
So that's what I'm saying. Why fire the man knowing he not at full strength?
I mean, the one adjustment I would make is have Trey Young play the 2, have Rondo play the 1.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying right there.
That's gonna. I mean, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem because if they play a team like the Bulls, you don't want Zach LaVine cooking him like that. That's a 40-piece waiting to happen.
Can shoot the 3. Zach is athletic, can shoot the 3, can to the T to the D, and he's versatile. So yeah.
But see, that's the thing. But even they're playing positionless basketball. Just because he's playing the 2 don't mean that he's going to be defending.
No, but listen, coaches will still figure out a way to single out Trey Young until the Hawks find a way to cover Trey Young on defense. Sort of like how the Blazers covered Damian Lillard, sort of like how the Nets covered Kyrie, sort of like how the Warriors cover Steph.
Okay, so this is the thing I got about that, though, Mr. Big Chest, right? This is the thing I got about that. Nobody should have to cover nobody on the defensive end. If you out there on the court, right? It's a simple concept. Look, you score the basketball and you stop the other person from scoring on you. Okay? It's not a hard game, but truth be told, a lot of these players just don't want to play defense, man. It's playing defense is a goddamn mindset.
It's a mindset, but it's also a physical toll. But here's the thing: if you
I don't care about the physical toll. You out there on the court.
But
if you out there on the court,
LB, I know that, but you're not listening. You didn't let me finish what I was saying. I said Trey Young's issue is not that he can't play defense. Trey Young's issue is that he won't play defense.
And if you're the coach, right? If you're the coach and you got a player out there that don't want to play defense, then he don't need to be on the court. But it goes back to what James. It goes back to what James said a while back when it comes to these coaches, man. These coaches ain't got no motherfucking spine. They out here being just puppets and shit.
They don't. Well, they don't because let's say if Lloyd Pierce just took Trey Young out of the game because his piss poor effort on defense, and you got the GM, he got the GM over him, the owner gonna be mad and everything. You're right, they don't got spineless. But my thing is Trey Young. It's where's the effort on defense? Where's your leadership? Because I'm looking at Steph Curry. He can't defend to save his life, but at least he tries. He be trying. He be getting up on people. He be trying. He still get broke, but he be trying.
I give you that, Big Chest. I give you that try. I do still be trying to fight through picks and shit, knowing he can't.
He be trying.
It's just the effort. You're right about that.
I'm looking at Trey Young. This man get blown by. This man gives up on the play and then gets back on the offense. I'm looking at this man. This man, like it was the I don't know if y'all saw the Mavs game a couple weeks ago where my question is, why is Trey Young trying to set a screen on Willie Cauley-Stein?
That was stupid. Like, and why is Gallinari for the win? Like, what? Like that is stupid.
And then Trey Young gonna go. Trey Young gonna call the ref a stupid motherfucker and everything. Like and then act all tough and everything. Then Luka come in his face. He want to act all. Then I'm like, I can't deal with this, man. You supposed to be the alpha of your team. You're supposed to be the leader of your team, bro. It's your third year. Yes, he's playing offensively. He's like because people thought he was gonna be a bust and everything. He proved that wrong. His rookie year, he's dropped 50-point games, 40-point games. He's shooting. My thing is he has to get better at his shot selection. Stop trying to be Steph Curry. You're not Steph Curry. You're your own special player. You're a better passer than you are shooter, even though you can shoot. You should. The reason why his 3-point percentage is low, he ain't taking regular 3-pointers. Not 60% of his threes are from 35 feet and beyond.
Kind of like Dame range. Yes, he's trying to shoot those from the parking lot rather than try to put the ball on the floor rather than taking the mid-range. And Trey Young needs to be a better off-ball player. I noticed that he's not a great off-ball player. You know what I mean?
I said that too, Gideon. He's not a good off-ball player. And why you don't take more mid-range? You got the ability to break down and speed to get any shot you want. But like y'all said, you trying to do what Steph and Dame do, man. You gotta that shit take time, bro. You just got in the league. I don't give a fuck if you got the range or not. You know what I mean? You can't be doing that shit, breaking the offense.
He don't got the legs, man. He don't got the legs.
But I got a question.
Yes,
Do y'all think? Hold up, I got a question. Do y'all think Trey Young deserved to be an All-Star?
No.
I don't know why they put him in there last year.
It's tough with me. I say 50-50. It's tough for me. I say 50-50 because if we're just going to go by losing, why is Bradley Beal an all-star? You know what I mean? Because Bradley Beal's losing and the Wizards are losing. So I say 50-50 all-star, 50-50 with me.
I mean, but then again, with the East, like before, I think the all-star starters were announced 2 weeks ago, right?
No, the starters were, it was 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Okay, so the starters were announced 2 weeks ago, and then the reserves were announced last week. But last week, almost over half of the Eastern Conference had losing records. That was last week. So over half of the Eastern Conference had losing records. So I'm taking out this. My thing is, I'm saying no. It's just because I think Zach LaVine is playing better. One, he's shooting better from the field. He's shooting better from
three. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he deserved to be there. My boy deserved to be up there. My boy.
I mean, I'm taking Bradley Beal's playing better than him. Jaylen Brown's playing better than him. Jason Tatum's playing better than him. Domantas Sabonis, that's an iffy one. Now, yes, the Pacers. I think the Pacers, they have a better record, but it's kind of hard for me to say that Domantas Sabonis is playing because I don't think he's the best player on his team when the Pacers are healthy. I think when the Pacers finally get healthy, it's going to be Karis LeVert that's the best player on that team.
To me, I'll disagree on that. I think he deserved to be up there because Sabonis has been putting up numbers. He was putting up numbers in the Pacers.
Yeah, 20, 21, and 10. Yeah,
making big plays for his team. He's crashing the glass, giving any opportunities, passing the ball very well. He's hitting some big shots, making some big plays for Indiana. That's to me. I don't agree with Ben Simmons going to the All-Star game. I don't agree. Like Ben Simmons, he just got there because Philly is good. That's why, and also popularity.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, if we talk about me for Ben Simmons, I think Ben Simmons is playing some of his best defense he's ever played.
True.
And I think him and Joel Embiid are playing some of their best defense. I think Ben Simmons is going to be on one of the all defensive teams. Like if we talk about the other reserves, I had people arguing, people saying, well, Jaylen Brown, the Celtics shouldn't have two All-Stars. Or I mean, like you got two dudes basically averaging 27 a game. I know they struggled the last couple of games, but Jaylen Brown is my most improved player this year, man, and he deserves an All-Star. Jason Tatum's going to be a star no matter what, but Jaylen Brown has usurped a lot of players, you know, from like, but he's an All-Star. He's turning into like a real star in that team. I don't know, but like Trey Young, he has the All-Star numbers. It's just, you know, it's the little things, man. If he fixes if he gives effort on the defensive end, if he stops whining to the refs, you know, about petty stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, man, you lost the game. You know, it wasn't a foul. It was a clean pick. You know, you just got to realize Cauley Stein is like 5 times bigger than you and weighs about 50 pounds more than you do. You know, it's common sense, man. But man, you like James said, man, like I forgot what video was James said that, you know, these players, it's like it feels like these players, they don't got that heart, you know. They whine about everything. It feels like, you know, every time I turn around, this, that, you know, and it's not even the scrubs, it's the great players like Luka and Trey. I don't know why they be crying so much.
And here's the thing too, Trey Young doesn't have IQ. Okay, that's the thing. Trey Young lacks IQ, in my opinion. That's not the reason why.
That too. Get in.
You see, we got to stop over glorifying these players a lot. You know what I mean? Guys like Dame, guys like Harden, guys like Embiid.
I ain't gonna no Dame good. No, I feel like
Dame can score, but I'm saying Dame lacks IQ sometimes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you right about that, because Dame will come down and take a 40-footer when you up by 18. What the fuck is you doing?
You see, that's why he struggles in the playoffs. But
you're right,
Gideon. That's why I fuck with Gideon. I call that nigga the encyclopedia.
Yeah, I would say on that, but IQ definitely. Yeah, I would definitely say his IQ been low, because he's the type of guy that's trying to score more to get the team winning. I'm trying to score more to get the team winning.
But Dame don't got to be Superman, man. He don't got to be Superman.
Exactly. Because CJ's hurt. Because mind you, CJ's hurt. So
he has to do it now.
Listen, that's why I can understand him doing it, because CJ and Nurkic out, but you still got Melo. You still got Rodney Hood. You got pieces that you can still swing the ball around, so you wouldn't have to take those dumbass shots, bro.
I mean, like, if we being honest, like, you got the biggest Melo. It's just like, what was that game that he had 23? Yeah. So yeah, back to back. My thing is, you gotta get him early. You gotta get him going early. That's what I gotta say.
No, that was Cavs against Cavs. Yeah, Cavs are Magic. Yeah, 23, because they both had 20.
You got the thing is, you got to get Melo going early, because like I've been this game.
How do we get on Melo? We talk about the Atlanta Hawks. How do we get on Melo?
No, we're doing a comparable player. Like we're talking like he said IQ, and he said, you know, and James said Melo. I just say you got to get Melo going. But back to
what I'm saying.
But yeah, what you said about IQ. My thing is Trey Young. It's not just the IQ, because I think he's a smart basketball player. But I know he knows how to run an offense. It's the immaturity at times, and it's the immaturity in the clutch, where he's basically trying to sauce everybody up. You know, it's like it's 1 minute and he's trying to be saucy and super saucy. Then tries to step back and hunks up a 3. And I hunks up a 30-footer. I'm like, bro, he don't got the legs for it. If you look at his jump shot, he has an inverted set shot. He doesn't have like Curry and Dame have a actual jump shot. Mm-hmm. Like, they actually got the legs they got the legs. They can shoot from, if they wanted to, they can shoot from 40 about for the whole game. They got them type of legs. Trey Young don't got them type of legs. He got pencils. He got pencils for legs. So when he shoots and he try to force that thing up, it's gonna be off. And I'm like, bro, why you trying to be saucy, man? I know, like, it's not that serious, bro. I'm like, sometimes, like, you get on a dude, man, go to the hole. And that's why you notice in, like, he's had games where he scored, like, a couple weeks ago. I forgot who they played. But they won, and he had 32 points, but he was 15 to 31 from the field. I mean, like, you shouldn't take 31 shots to get 32 points. Like that's inefficient. That's inefficient, especially if you don't consider yourself a volume shooter like that.
Yeah.
And then he has losses where he's scored 15 points and he's like 1 of 7 from downtown, 2 of 9 from downtown. And he's not and I'm like I understand it if it's like, a regular 27'3" or regular 26'3", one of them regular threes, but this man shoots 30 to 35 footers a game. 7.
That's too many.
That's more than Curry. That's more than Curry. That's more than Dame.
All right, hey, let me get these shots up real quick. I mean to cut y'all off. Let me get these shots up real quick. And this one thing that's important to me. So LA Sports Live, I see you up in here. Malik Crosdale. Long time no see, man. Good to see you, man. Rudy Breeze, the man boy. Patrick Renee, I appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Christopher Roberts Sr., Jamaica Rude Boy, and my homie, the underrated Darkness. What's up, man? Appreciate y'all for being up in here today as we talking about Lloyd Pierce getting the axe here in the ATL, shouty. Now, hey, go ahead, Mr. Big Chest. I didn't mean to, do that, but
it's good. But I agree. And I forgot. I don't know who said it. I don't know who said it earlier, but I wanted to just say that they got the thing is with the Hawks moving forward. You do not, whatever they do not get rid of your young core. Don't make the same mistake that the Lakers did. I mean, yes, they got 80, and yes, they got a championship, but in all honesty, their young core should be like, if they had the young core and they somehow managed to finagle something, they would be way better than they are right now. But don't trade your young core. If you have something special, if you have something good like that, don't give it up. Don't give up on it. What they need, Nate McMillan. And one thing I know about Nate McMillan, he don't tolerate foolery on the defensive end. That's one thing I know about Nate McMillan. He don't tolerate foolery on the defensive end. He will sit you down.
He said Victor Oladipo. Why they did that too, though, Mr. Big Chest, because they know they had Nate McMillan in the pocket.
Yeah.
They're like, this nigga here fucking up shit. We got Nate. He a playoff caliber. He went to the finals with the Seattle Supersonics. He a good coach. So I think they was just, look, we're going to get him out of here, get Nate back the job since they know they asked him in Indiana the wrong way. So we're going to, that was a good backup plan, don't get me wrong. And I understand it's still a brother, but goddamn, bro. That shit just don't sit right with me.
That's foul.
And then the way they fired him too, bro. They fired him on. He found out on Twitter, yo. He found out he got fired on Twitter, bro.
How would you feel if you go to work and them bitches already knew you was fired? They did that shit to me, dog. I swear to God, I flashed out in that bitch. Nigga, my twins was just born. So in the gas company, I was working at the plant around when that BP oil spill hit in 2013. They laid a lot of people off because of that. And I was one of them. So the dude who got me the job, he was like, man, you a good worker. You willing to cut the grass, paint the building just to keep a job. He was like, man, I said, I'm a team player, man. I ain't tripping. That nigga promised me I was going to have a job forever working with that company. See, when that BP oil spill hit and my wife had to go in early to have my twins, that nigga put my name on the list because me and him had got into it because I ain't no bitch. Instead of him telling me, dog, that nigga kept, my people called me and said, man, you know your name on that fucking layoff list? He said, why Freddie put you on? I thought you said Freddie was going to look out for you. I heard him when he said it. I said, man, Freddie better not play with me like that, boy, and I just had 2 more kids. That nigga said, man, Freddie got you on that fucking layoff list, boy. You better call that nigga. So I called Freddie. He was like, yeah. Who told you that, man? Don't be listening to everybody. You come back on the 13th, which was Monday. So my other little partner called me, who got me the job. He was like, man, somebody laid you off. You know that? I said, man, I just got off the phone with Freddie. I pulled up on that nigga. I said, man, I'm hearing this too much. I pulled up. I said, Freddie, come on, bro. Don't have me come in this bitch Monday. And you know I'm laid off. And you make me punch in and get up out of my bed 5:30 in the morning, be here for 6:30. I'm going to be pissed off with you, dog. I'm keeping it real as possible. He ain't like the way I was talking to him, man. That's just me, man. I'm just keeping it real. There ain't no fucking filter on, man. Listen, I ain't about to put filter on nothing I say because I feel like you fucking over me. Because what you said was something totally different. And I'm hearing it from the whole fucking building. I've been there 8 months, about to be a year, get my anniversary. This nigga laid me off for real. You know that they moved that nigga from that post to the one in Lafayette. Man, for the first 2 weeks, I was pulling out there early in the morning. He normally be the first one there. That nigga wasn't coming till about 8:30. And they know that somebody must have put him on me. I'm like, man, I just want to hear some answers. Why y'all laid me off? And I'm talking to you, Freddie. I ain't got nothing to do with the Williams brothers who own this place. I'm going by what you told me and how you went behind my back and still put my name on that paper when you could have been a man about it when I asked you for a fucking week straight before I came back to work. That's how niggas do us, bro. They ain't got no backbone. Them bitches are sending another motherfucker to do their dirty work. You know what I mean? So, man, to each his own, man. Y'all just stay prayed up and don't bend, break, or fold for none of these motherfuckers out here. Right is right, dog, and wrong is wrong. I just feel like the dude, well, whether he had a good shake or not, that's only 2 years. You got this dude with a young team and a veteran person that you got to get him over the hump. This nigga always hurt in Rondo. So how you gonna take the ball out of Trey Young hand and get those wins? Like y'all said, y'all already said if Rondo was in there, he wasn't hurt all the time. Some of those games he could have closed for them just because his IQ of the game. Dog, that's a very young team, dog, for real. What veterans they really have over there to take the pressure off that dude?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, that's playing with him. And like I said, I know they got Rondo, but he hurt. I'm talking about that's on the court with him.
They can get him through some of these games. Yeah, they got the thing is they got Gallinari, but Gallinari he plays off ball. He's not good on ball like that. And Rondo's really
and Gallinari is injury prone too. And Gallinari sometimes he's more of a set shooter himself. So it's like Gallinari comes and goes. Like remember that one game against Boston, he had 38 points at 10 threes. And then the next game against DC, I think he had like 10 points or something like that. He's not
9. Triple single.
He had 9. Wow. Gallinari is way too inconsistent.
I got his stats right here, bro. I got it right here, bro.
What is big chat?
2 of 15 from the field, 1 of 8 from downtown. Minus 6.
Gallinari, big chat?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Look at they in the same division as the Hornets, the Atlantic division, right? Look at basically the Hornets are basically a younger
division, Southeast. I think they're in the Southeast.
Southeast. They're in the Southeast, right? So Hornets, they got a young guard. They got young guards, young big man. But the difference is they got a veteran in Gordon Hayward in the clutch. Now Gordon Hayward ain't averaging like 30 points a game, but he knows in-game situation. And now they're easy and they got LaMelo Ball, they got Devontae Graham, they got Terry Rozier, all under the age of 20. They're all young. So
PJ Washington.
PJ Washington. But you got that dude in Gordon Hayward who's that veteran who can handle the ball and who's not going to force up shots and who's also going to he can get to his shot in the mid range. He can get to his shot off the block and everything. And they got a coach that will actually discipline their players and sit them down. Like I've seen him pull LaMelo. I've seen him put Terry Rozier. I've seen him pull Devontae Graham. I've seen him pull Malik Monk. They the Hornets are deep with young talent. They're deep. 1 through 15, they're deep.
The key thing that you said though, Mr. Big Chest, they had that veteran out there to help them close games. And Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward's had an all-star type year. Gordon Hayward's had an all-star type year. His jumper looks fluent. He's been healthier this season. So yeah, he's had a very good season for Charlotte. The thing is Charlotte wants to make the playoffs. I have to see the schedule the second half of the season. They just need another go-to guy to help out Gordon Hayward out. That's just me.
They're gonna be battling with Atlanta. They're gonna be battling with Atlanta for those final couple seasons.
I take them over Atlanta right now.
Yeah, I take them over Atlanta, but Atlanta got an easier schedule the second half. I think they're gonna be battling with Atlanta. Atlanta people say they need a Swiss Army knife on the defensive end. Now PJ Tucker, yeah, but I'm not trading John Collins. You can trade some other role player for PJ Tucker.
Hey, I forgot. Then they got the dude Chris Dunn over there too.
Yeah, they got Chicago. Chris Dunn.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said.
Dog, them niggas loaded, dog.
It's just that the talent doesn't mesh. The talent don't mesh.
It don't mesh.
That's the thing.
It really did. And the thing is the lineups, like if the lineup, like if DeAndre Hunter was fully healthy, like I saw him at Texas A&M, but he was like healthy, like he's like an 18-10 guy when he's fully healthy. Like, he's that good. I don't even think Cam Reddish right now. His mind ain't in it. His mind ain't in it. Like I'm
I
just
was
gonna
about
say,
to say what happened to him because last time I heard they used to brag about that nigga Cam Reddish. What happened to him? He fell off, Mr. Big Chuck?
no,
He's kind of
it's inconsistency, man. It's inconsistency. It's really because he can play. The man can ball. Everybody on that team can ball. They really have no scrubs on that team. Everybody on that team can ball. It's just inconsistent. It's inconsistent play. And it's either on the offensive side and defensive side, and everybody on that team is culpable. It ain't nobody's innocent. You know, just because Trey Young is the best player on that team, he don't give an ounce of effort on defense. John Collins and Kevin Huerter, you know, they're doing great and everything. Kevin Huerter, he's improved his 3-point shooting. He's now shooting 40% three. I like what he's doing. But defensive lapses, and making mistakes in the clutch, man. They make so many mistakes in the clutch, like foul. You know, you felt like you're down. Hey, I forgot what game it was, but this was like early in the season. They was playing and they fouled. It was like 1:30. They was down by one. And it was like 30. It was like 36 seconds left in the game. Other team at the ball. Shot clock was like 6 seconds left, and Kevin Huerter fouls a 3-point shooter on a 3-point shot.
And here's another thing. Last night when they were tied at 95, too many bad possessions, one-on-one play against a Miami team without Jimmy Butler. And even against New York early in the year when they were up like 15 in that game, they tried to waste too much of the shot clock, try to do too much, not moving that rock, and New York came back and won that game. So that's the thing. So Atlanta's problem, like I said, is discipline, is IQ, and they need to learn. And the problem too, they don't hustle back with transition defense. They don't prevent the back door. I noticed that with the Hawks, though, and this is the reason why they're in this mess.
Yeah, they don't have an identity.
That hurt me. That's the day. Without Jimmy Butler, and y'all still lost.
They still
that shit
lost.
fucked me up. And y'all, the way y'all got back in that game, and y'all had control of that game at some point. You would have thought you was supposed to close that deal. That's what I'm saying. To me, injuries, Rondo being in and out the offense, supposed to be that closer, but he can't really close for whatever reason. Dog, you got to let that team get healthy. Whoever go over there without having that veteran to help them close some of those games, they're going to be in that situation all year.
Yeah. The problem, they just need a coach that can get these players to buy in. Look at Tom Thibodeau for New York. He's gotten guys like R.J. Barrett, Randall, Rose, Quigley, Burks to buy into the system. And look where we are now with a 14 in the Eastern Conference. Hell, even Billy Donovan's done a pretty good job in Chicago this year, getting guys like Kobe White, Zach LaVine, to buy into the system. And that's why Chicago has battling their way back into this playoff race. Even James Borrego has actually made some good adjustments this year, a little bit though.
James Borrego is like because I didn't expect what he's doing now. I didn't.
I mean, he's not a great coach. He's not a great coach, but he's actually made adjustments this year compared to the previous years.
I think it's improvement, and I think those teams that you mentioned, unlike the Hawks, they have an identity. You look at the Knicks. They're not the best offensive team. They don't got all these scores. But Tom Thibodeau still said we're gonna play some defense. We are going to defend.
Defense, we're a great perimeter defensive team. We need a shot blocker though, since Mitchell Robinson is out for a while. Yeah. But New York,
y'all got your identity.
We still have an identity though, and our role players like Burks, IQ, Noel stepping up. Julius Randle is being a leader this year. Yep. RJ Barrett's been more disciplined this year. That's why we have an opportunity to make the playoffs. Yeah. Chicago, Zach LaVine's showing some leadership. I know sometimes Zach LaVine can have lack of IQ sometimes, but Zach LaVine's showing some leadership. Kobe White started slow. He's trying to come on a little bit though. You know, so
You said Zalvin had lack of skills.
I said lack of
IQ.
IQ sometimes.
Oh.
Lack of IQ.
Well,
He has a lot of.
he's not a point guard. He's not really a point guard.
I know. What I'm saying is that Zach LaVine, yes, he's had a great year so far. Sometimes he can he's like a heat check. Sometimes he's on fire hitting threes. He tends to take a lot of long threes sometimes. That's what I'm saying. So and that's what I'm saying. Zach LaVine's a
He
good
gets the
player.
Dame complex.
Excuse me?
He gets Dame Lillard complex.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Dame complex.
It's not extreme like that, but it's on certain occasions. But like the Bulls got an identity. They're patient and they're gonna attack. The Hornets, they definitely got an identity. They are a running.
Hold on, let's not get too far off the track. I want to stay on the Atlanta Hawks. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too far off the track.
Yeah, I know. But like, you know, the Hawks need what is the Hawks' identity? Like they got to figure out what is their identity if they want to succeed. I mean, because at the end of the day, if they don't, I forgot who was that. I forget who was the team that there was a team like 6-7 years ago. They had a young core, and it was like it was a team in the Eastern Conference that had a young core, and for some odd reason it just never worked out. It literally reminds me of this Hawks team. They had a young player they had like 2 or 3 young players that were like really good. But for some reason, it just never worked out. It was a team in the Eastern Conference. It happened like back in 2011, 2012. I forgot what that team was. But the Hawks remind me of that team. Like,
you know the players?
Huh?
You know the players?
No, I can't think. I can't think. It was such a. I forgot. It was a really young. It was a young team. I forgot who it was. But it came out like 2011, 2012 draft. And it was good for a couple seasons, and then they just fell off. I forgot. I figured it out later. But like the Hawks remind me of a team like they got the players. It's just, you know, it's not just coaching. The GM, like you gotta figure out. You gotta get. If I'm just saying, I don't want to do this, but if I had a choice, I'm getting rid of Cam Reddish. I'm trading him, or I'm sending him. Like, well, here's the thing: what I can get for him, if I get Cam Reddish, and like probably one of my G League players, the most you can get probably back. Like, if I'm being honest, I take Kelly Oubre over Cam Reddish right now. I take Kelly. I take a whole lot. That's not saying a whole. That's not saying a whole. But here's the thing: Kelly Oubre, he's all. When it comes to shooting, like efficiency, like right now they're about the same. When it comes to defense, if you get Kelly Oubre, like he can defend, and then attacking the basket at will like that, that's something you can add. And then you have him with Trey Young. You have Kelly Oubre slashing to the basket, as well as you have John Collins, you know, rolling to the basket like that. The defense is going to be forced to collapse. One, that's going to give like when dudes like Bogdanovich and Gallinari, when they get healthy, it's going to give them more open looks. And 2, if Rondo gets back and you have like a dude like Oubre who can fly to the basket and, you know, can dunk, get to the paint, get the mid-range off, and if you force the defense to the collapse, you can take Trey Young off the ball and you're going to get Trey Young more open looks. And his 3-point percentage will go up, and then basically you'll have to defend. You can't lock in on Trey like that no more. You can't lock in on Trey like that on defense no more.
Don't win championships no more.
Huh?
Why they think playing defense don't win championships no more?
I don't know. I
think shift changed because now it's all about scoring.
Everybody trying to outscore.
Everybody's trying to outscore instead of like, getting the connection together, working on we need to work on defense. No, because the offense be good pack. Now it's time to focus on defense. I feel like for the Hawks, I don't feel like they didn't really pay attention to that because now everybody was trying to outscore. Now everybody's trying to score the most points, you know, to win. Instead of that defense with championship mode.
Yeah, I think it's not. I think it's more. I think we're getting ready for the point where like players really. There's only a few players that really care about individual There's only a few players that really care about individual defense, and like there's still an aspect of team defense, but like the individual defense one-on-one, I think that's there. People are getting away from because like more and more I watch games. You know, I'm seeing missed assignments. I'm seeing blow-bys and everything. And you see the collapse, and but the thing is, everybody's gotten better on collapsing, helping, recovering, and everything. But it's really been, these players. I don't know why the collapsing so much, because these players are really gonna drive in deep and kick out probably for a three, and that's how they get scoring. But when it comes to one-on-one defense, there's only a few players that really Ben Simmons plays good one-on-one defense. Joel Embiid, he's been playing good one-on-one defense. Who else? Kawhi, PG, they've been playing good one-on-one defense. Andrew Wiggins, he's been playing he's been playing good one-on-one defense as well. Atlanta just
need to play team defense and help each other.
Yeah,
that's the best way.
The thing is, the only way team defense works effectively to its max potential is if everybody's giving effort on their one-on-ones. I'm not for me with Trey Young, I'm not asking them, bro. You don't have to be Gary Payton, bro, because there's only gonna be one Gary Payton like that. You don't have to be the Kawhi Leonard at your position. You don't have to be just the ultimate stopper, because you're gonna go against some dudes because there's a great offensive player. Great offensive players are gonna find a way to score. I'm just saying, don't let dudes waltz into the paint like that, just waltz by you. Boom boom, I'm in the paint scoring like that, and then you got John Collins. John Collins looking at you crazy.
Yeah. That's the problem with the NBA. There's too many dribble drives, not enough rim protection, and also too many backdoor layups given up by Atlanta. It's look, if the Hawks want to do something, they need a coach that can get on these players. That's the problem. They don't have a Tom Thibodeau that can get on these players. That's the problem.
They don't have enough coaches like that anyway, Gideon.
Uh-huh.
We lack coaching in this league. That's what I'm saying. Terry Stotts and motherfucking Scott Brooks still got a job. You fired this man after 2 years.
Mike Malone too. Hey James, don't forget Mike Malone. That motherfucker need to be in that shit too.
Yeah, they just crazy, dog. You need time to build a franchise. You can't give up 2 years. And like I say, the quarterback of your offense, the quarterback of your defense to get these dudes over the hump. We all agreed to that already, which is Rondo barely fucking played these games. And then when he was healthy, he wasn't getting no burns. That got to do with coaching, don't get me wrong, but this is what I look at when I look at the Hawks. I look at a lot of potential. They're young, but ain't no I in team. There's a lot of I over there. Look, as long as I got me, as long as I put up good numbers, we all good. I'm nah, man, it's a team sport, bro. This ain't no fucking golf. This ain't no fucking tennis. So what I'm saying is, I see a lot of these young players come out here, get their numbers, and they felt like they did something, and they taking L's left and right.
I see egos. Egos coming.
Ego, selfishness, entitlement. Yeah.
Egos, situations, no injuries.
All right, let me ask you a question. Sometimes when you got a young team like that, you got to be willing to sacrifice and give up something to get something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I know we got a young team. So this what I do. I sacrifice on this end just so you can make your shit better on that end. You got to give to receive, man. Everybody always want to receive. That's why you see a lot of these players like I see. Trey Young don't even supposed to be pulling no 30 and 40 footers. But hey, he's a young coach. He's a young player. And that what got you fired. I understand that. It's like you don't have control of them. It's a players coaches league. It ain't a coaches players league no more. So these players got a lot of rank. Players can get the coaches fired regardless. Trey Young got a little star power than people give him credit for. But they talk about that young man like he already won 2-3 rings. You know what I mean? So, hey, to each his own, bro. I ain't giving nobody no pass though. I'm just saying that it took time for that man to build that young team up, and he had a lot of injuries. You know what I mean? Especially at the point guard. The reason why you brought Rondo in there to calm that nigga down.
Mm-hmm.
But without Rondo, he's still doing the same old shit. The same old shit. So I want to see how Nate McMillan gonna handle it. I know he's a great coach. You know what I mean? I know he play off material. I want to see how he gonna handle those young dudes now.
Yeah, who's the coach before Lloyd Pierce?
It was actually Mike Budenholzer. Crazy. It was Mike Budenholzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talking about the dude in Milwaukee, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He weak him. I ain't never like him.
Then his last year he made the playoffs with Atlanta when they had Dwight Howard and all them. It was like
it wasn't last year. That was in 2017. They lost to Washington. Yeah.
Yeah, they lost to Washington in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When the Wizards had Randy Whitman as their head coach, man. All right, so
boy, Randy Whitman.
yeah, that motherfucker can't coach a chicken out of an egg, man. Anyway, so all right, so let's get to this, right? So Nick McMillan is not probably going to be the guy that's going to take over the reins now. So what do we expect to see from Nick McMillan? Are we going to see the same thing we saw in Indiana, or has he learned his lessons and then he's going to make some adjustments? So where do we see? How do we see old boy coaching this team? Go ahead, James.
Hey, I think I just see him bringing that defensive intensity, that defensive edge to that team, because that's what they lack. But like I said, if you don't have all your horses, the veteran piece is because that's a young team, bro. You need a veteran on the court with them to help them close some of these games. And I don't see that. Gallinari not a type of guy that's a leader. I don't think he can take over a team and get that young team under his wing like a Rondo would, like being the floor general. Man, get over here. I need you right here. It's gonna make it easy for us to close some of these games. You know how Rondo do it, make everybody's job easy. I don't see Gallinari being that player, but I do see Nate McMillan back bringing that defensive edge. Now they might move up in the rankings just a little bit. Now I ain't saying it's gonna take a big step. I just want to see how he gonna handle this young team, because once a dude stuck in his own ways like a Trey Young, it's hard to break that mold, bro. It's hard. I'm telling you, bro. These dudes are so stuck in their own ways. You heard what Kyrie said. They don't need no coach. Some of these teams, because they ain't doing nothing anyway. That's why I'm so hard on these coaches, LB. And like I say, 2 years is not enough to do nothing without nobody. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Nate McMillan is solid enough to try to turn his program around. Like I said, defense where he needs to start at, because they're scoring the points. It's just the defense and closing out games.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with you on that. So, what you got on this, Mr. Big Chess?
Nate McMillan. I think he's gonna make some adjustments with the lineups and everything. I don't know what they're gonna do by during the trade deadline, but what I do see him in the 7 through 10 finishing the 7 through 10 spot. So I see them in the play-in game, and I think they can possibly, depending on the matchup, I think they can possibly win a play-in game to get either the 7th or 8th spot.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Gideon.
I think their defense will be a little bit stronger, but I don't think they make the playoffs. I just think Charlotte, New York, Washington's not starting to surge a little bit. They had a tough loss last night, though. I think Chicago's gonna get better. I don't think Atlanta makes the postseason, because I just think that the Hawks lack a leader that's willing to sacrifice. But I do think their defense will get a little bit stronger. What the Hawks need is a perimeter defender. They need a 3-and-D guy. That's what the Hawks need. They need a 3-and-D guy. So if I had to guess where Atlanta's going to finish, I think they missed the. I think they're going to miss the play-in, though. I think they missed the play-in. I don't think they'll get in, because I think Indiana's going to play better when the season goes along. New York is improving. Chicago, Charlotte. So I think Atlanta's going to miss the play-in. So yeah, that's what I think.
Go ahead, Sterling Young.
Well, me, I feel like I think he's going to structure the defense. Try to see what's the problem for Trey and John Collins, and definitely, I think definitely he's gonna be focusing more on defense. Like he's like, okay, you can score a lot, that can now. I want to see you. I want to see you. Improve with your defense. I think he'll work with that. It's not gonna be easy for that. I think it's gonna be a little bit hard for him to get that transition for Trey to be a guy that's this guy can only good at offense, a guy that's going to be good at offense and defense. So I think he'll work on that. So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of improvement, a lot of improvement from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I to me, see, Nick McMillan got at his disposal what he didn't have in Indiana, and that's a dominant center in Clint Capella. Miles Turner, yeah, he can block shots, but he's not really a good on-ball defender, and he's really a poor rebounder for his size. So he has.
What down?
Someone strangled a cat.
The door's open.
Hey, mute your mic, man.
Who mic is that?
I don't know. It sounds like somebody about to commit a crime or some shit. Yeah. Anyway. Hey, get the dog. Anyway. But all right, so he has that for him. I think he has a better team than what he had in Indiana, despite the fact they had Malcolm Brogdon. Right? They got a nice infusion of young talent, and I think he's going to get the most out of it. I think there's going to be situations where Rondo will be in the point. And I think, unlike Lloyd Pierce, who refuses to make any kind of adjustments, I think Nick McMillan will make the necessary adjustments. I believe the Hawks will make the playoffs. And hopefully they don't do that stupid idea of trading away John Collins. Okay, if you do that, then you don't deserve to go nowhere but to the goddamn slaughterhouse. But
why would you trade somebody that just gave you 32 points? I don't understand that.
I know. I played him last night on my FanDuel, man. That motherfucker was cooking last night.
It was cooking.
No.
That motherfucker was cooking with goddamn on yesterday's chicken grease. Goddamn it.
Amen.
But I like that team. That's why I feel like Nate McMillan can bring that defensive edge that they're missing, because it ain't the scoring. He could get that team under control, but he need all his pieces at his feet for us. I need Rondo to be able to get in there in key situations to close some of these quarters. To close the fourth quarter. That'll make Trey Young job so easy. I'm telling you, Rondo had that dude balling out.
Yeah. Hey, LB.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it right now. So right now the Hawks are 2.5 games out of the 8th spot. The Hornets have the 8th spot right now. If we're looking at it like this, they're 3.5 games outside of the 4th spot, which is the Knicks. The teams behind them. Here's the weird thing is every team right now is like really they still have a chance to make either the playoffs or the playing games. All the teams that are really competing for it, except for the Pistons. The Pistons are like they're basically the second worst team in the NBA. But the Hawks are they're tied with the Wizards. But they have the strength of schedule. That's what puts them at 11 instead of 12. So they're basically tied with the Wizards. They're a half game ahead of the Magic, and they're a half game ahead of the Cavs, and they're a half game behind the Bulls and Pacers. So, it's lit from I'm just looking at it right now. The way stuff is headed right now, from 4 to 14, it's going to be a battle up until the end of the season because it's literally just a 5-game difference from 4 to 14. So it's going to be a battle. So if the Hawks want to win, they're going to have to pick them up and put them down seriously.
Yeah, and that situation right there, Mr. Big Chest, anybody could get hot at any given time.
Yep.
I think so looks like he was gonna run a 10-man rotation. So but they got that's assuming the team's at full strength, which they're not. So
who are they missing there, LB?
They're missing Bogdan Bogdanovic. That was a guy that they really sold the far more to acquire, right? And then so they're missing him. They're missing Rondo, Chris Dunn, DeAndre Hunter. He's gonna be out for a while because he just had surgery. And then
that's key pieces right there. Then. And
Yep.
all of them, and that's at least 20 points, the 30 points that you missing. Man, listen, I like I said, I don't think he got a fair shake at it. I know it was buku injuries, how they lost those games. You don't have a veteran out there to help a young team like that close. This is what you get. They got to go through their growing pains. Hopefully, Nick McMillan could turn that defense up a little bit where they can help close them games because the defense, what they lacking. They don't play nothing whatsoever.
Man, this dude just had a baby a couple weeks ago.
Wait, who?
Yo, he did. Oh, y'all. I'm looking on Twitter. His wife is furious.
Who you talking about?
Lloyd Pierce. He just had a kid a couple weeks ago.
His wife is heated on Twitter right now. She's saying F them, F the Hawks management.
Yeah, because they did that bad, bro. They did that bad. That's unprofessional, dog. You wouldn't want nobody to do no shit to you like that.
No, but I told you this earlier, bro. All the Atlanta team sports management, dude. They full of coward, dude. They full of bad people, bro. They don't treat their players right. 2, they don't treat their coaches right anyway. So that's an Atlanta sports thing anyway. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at just matchups. I just want to ask.
So when the next time the Hawks play?
They play tomorrow. They play tomorrow. Who they play tomorrow? Let me see who they play.
They're playing against the Heat. Same time, the Heat.
They're playing against the same team. So they run. So the starting lineup right now is Trey Young, Kevin Huerter, Cam Reddish, John Collins, and Clint Capella. So they got Rondo, Bogdanovic, DeAndre Hunter, and then Danilo Gallinari. Right. So that's pretty much their rotation right there. Brian Goodwin and Tony Snell, he sucks. Solomon Hill, all these other garbage ass players, they ain't gonna see no fucking run. So I could see that being the rotation right there between the Hawks and all that.
Still playing with the dude with the bush.
What, the pussy bush?
Yeah, bro. I remember New Orleans had him, but dog, that nigga should be old now. That's what I'm saying.
Solomon Hill, that motherfucker. Yeah, that motherfucker got a goddamn.
That nigga barely can move now, dog. Y'all can give me
an old pussy bush on top of his head.
These niggas, bro, be tripping, bro.
Yeah, because he's like 29. He's like 29. So.
He look older.
Solomon Hill is 29.
Yes, he's 29. He look older than that, bro.
God damn, he look
like my grandpa, man.
Yeah, because he look homeless. He look homeless with that hair.
He look homeless.
Yeah.
That's his motherfucker. That motherfucker is 29.
Dog, this nigga look old. Dog, this nigga look older than me.
That motherfucker look older than me, and I'm 41.
Dog, this nigga be stressing. Something ain't right.
Man, that motherfucker got a lot of baby mama drama in his house, boy. God damn.
And I ain't gonna lie, he could shoot the 3. He used something about that nigga though, bro. He wasn't getting no burn. And I used to be mad though, cause some days like when they do play him, that nigga just come in and be unconscious hitting the 3 for New Orleans. And I'm like, man, why don't be playing a nigga? But when you look at him playing defense, how he rotate, how he move, and how he run, oh man, nigga, like he got a pamp on. Get the mind.
Oh my god. Yo, oh my, I just found it, bro. I got some. There's a rumor that's going around that's saying Danny Ainge would consider trying to get Rajon Rondo back.
Man, fuck Danny Ainge. Fuck him.
And they said the deal would include Peyton. The deal would include Peyton Pritchard. I forgot who's the Peyton Pritchard, Carson Edwards, and in a pick.
Wow, listen, if I was Rondo, I'd stay right where I'm at. You wanted
Yeah,
your money, you got your money.
he
So
got his
just
money.
get your health.
Yeah,
Huh?
like yeah. I'm just looking at the rumors. Like I'm looking at the rumors. PJ Tucker. The teams that are interested in him. The Nets, Jazz, Nuggets, Hawks, Mavericks, Cavaliers. What was that?
You talking
Cavaliers.
about
Someone put
that's the
it.
team interested in Rondo, you saying, Big Chess?
No, these are the teams interested in PJ Tucker. The teams interested in Rondo are the Celtic. Really, that's the Celtic. The Celtics are the one team I'm hearing right now. The Celtics are interested. They're interested in having Ron and using Rondo, and getting Rondo back. Coming off the bench to play behind Kemba Walker. The Miami Heat. They're targeting Victor Oladipo. But the thing is, they want to don't want to. They want to know. It's confusing because Pat Riley's, he's basically saying, should I wait for free agency or should I wait? Should I get him now? Because he is a free agent at the end of this year.
Yeah, so it makes no sense for Miami to trade him
That's what
and
I
give
do,
up
so I ain't got to
give
give
up
up nothing.
assets or whatever like that. They could
Yeah.
just wait to the end of the season. That would explain him turning that 2-year deal, turning down that 2-year $45 million extension deal Houston offered him and all that. But some more breaking news just came down. So according to Adrian Wojnarowski, ESPN, on his official Twitter account, Nate McMillan has accepted the interim head coaching role. So he's gonna pick things up tomorrow.
See, that's what I was trying to say. He gonna get the ball rolling. At least another brother got the job. But then that's why I say they had that ace in their back pocket. And they knew if this young coach couldn't take hold of this young team, I got Nick McMillan, a veteran player, a veteran coach who been through the wall for his championship experience, playoff coaching experience. Maybe he can get a grasp of this young team because you need somebody like Nick McMillan that's old school Clark that can get under these niggas' skin. Have these niggas running lines for doing dumb shit, costing these niggas these games like that. And like I said, Rondo is a big key, dog. The dude been hurt. Everybody want him. He's a hot commodity right now. Rondo being able to be the floor general and IQ of that team, putting this young team in places, setting them up for better shots than they setting their own self up for. Even though Trey Young averaging 9 assists, I understand all that, 9.7, whatever. Dog, all that's good, but the IQ of the game, the shot selections is bad and it's costing you.
Yeah, he ain't even got a check mark on his Twitter account. He ain't even got a check mark. What the fuck? Lloyd Pierce.
Man, they don't. Man, they
ain't got no respect. They ain't giving no goddamn check mark.
Bro, they didn't respect him when they brought him in, bro. Like if you heard the Atlanta media, they just say he's just gonna be a whipping boy for 2 years and then he's gonna be gone. I remember what they were saying on the Atlanta news, man. They was calling him a whipping boy for 2 years.
I would have never took that job.
Yeah,
I would have never took it
because they couldn't. The thing is, I think they've always been looking for a coach like a Nate McMillan. It's just, they didn't know if he could get them. And, they know about the thing, with, the black coaches and everything. They basically say, well, we got another black coach. We can use him and everything. But they always been shady with their stuff. Plus, they GM.
I agree with LB, though. This the best team he ever had as far as he could coach.
This is the best.
You got a center, you got a power forward, you got a shooting guard, a Trey. You got the pieces. I don't want to hear nothing, not Nate. I'm gonna cook your motherfucking ass.
Yeah. My thing is my thing is crazy. As crazy as it sounds, Trey Young shooting, it's good right now, but I think it's gonna be about another 2 to 3 to 4 years before he's really maximizing his shooting potential. That's what I really think. So right now, I'm just saying he's a great passer, averaging 9-point-something assists a game. He's a great passer, great facility. I say focus on that. I'm like the shooting will come. I'm saying if he trains his legs and everything, and like they need to change his lower part of his jump shot. They need to get him out of that flat foot jump shot because that's going to end up hurting him. Because as he gets older, if you shoot a flat foot jump shot, it's going to be hard to shoot from 30-something feet.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Hey, who got pizza knock at the door?
I do.
Let me ask you a question. This is a real question. Why people so scared to play inside out?
Man,
because
It's just not part of the game.
They've adopted this Euro style of play. That's why.
No, I'm just saying it ain't got to be that style, but it's still part of the game. That's what you have a big man for. You know what I mean?
I'm not arguing with you one bit, homie.
No, I know. I'm just trying to find out. Like, even if you're gonna shoot a lot of threes, don't you think if you feed the post and make them kick it back when you draw that double team, that's a wider, more open shot than you playing outside, just shooting them bitches? Because you ain't fooling nobody doing that step back. Now you getting a little separation doing it, but just imagine we used to dump it down to Elijah Wine, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing. They play back to the basket, spin off, get those easy deuces. Now you got to send that double team. The ball whip around to that open man on the three. This nigga got to New Year's to shoot that bitch. He ain't got to rush it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, fundamental sports ain't never hurt nobody, bro. Stop listening to these people with this analytic shit. That should be blowing it.
Yeah, I right there with you, man. And you know what? All that analytic shit, James. You know, another thing that's really did is really it rotted the basketball IQ. Now, I don't know if you caught the video I did back on Thursday. No, not Thursday, Friday, when me and Two Rob was talking about a situation in the Nuggets Wizards game where they had a 4-on-1 break, bro.
4-on-1. I saw that video.
And they jack up a three.
That's what I'm fucking saying, dog. That's the analytics part of the game. Where the fundamental part of the game, man. Like, come on, man. Everybody supposed to be attacking. Only ones supposed to stop at that 3-point line is the niggas that can shoot. Y'all think everybody in this league can shoot fucking threes? Everybody.
That's what it is.
And then James, get this right. Last night. So we're gonna talk. So we're gonna focus. There's 2 games last night that really peeled the skin off my potato, right? So you had the Wizards Celtics game, right? Now, mind you, I called that game last night, impromptu. They're up 3, and Russell Westbrook is shooting a 3.
So
they're up 3. He had a corner. He got the ball in the corner. He could have just driven down to the basket, got a foul or whatever like that, and then shoot 2 free throws. Instead, he jacks up a 3. He bricks it. Hey, if you want a house, hey, call Russell Westbrook. He's a great bricklayer for you, right? So he jacks up that 3. Jason Tatum goes down, gets an easy layup. Bradley Beal turns the ball over out of bounds, falling all over himself. They get another easy layup. Then on the inbound, because there was 4.7 seconds left in the game, Scott Brooks, instead of having goddamn Rui Hachimura inbound the ball, he had Russell Westbrook inbound the ball. Bradley Beal gets the pass, goes to the baseline, he gets the pass. He had a second away. He had Jason Tatum beat, but he hesitates. The double team comes in on him, and then he throws up a prayer that didn't get answered. And they end up losing that game. Right? Then if you go to the game against Sacramento played Portland, they was up 8 with a minute left to go, and they lost that game. But somehow these 2 jackasses still got a job. Bro. How does Luke Walton still have a job?
Man, it's so easy to pinpoint what the fuck ups is in this league. But like I say, they show favoritism. You got a lot of cooning, you got a lot of friendly bobbing. This is a competitive sport. This is a battlefield. Ain't no friendly bobbing supposed to be out here. Now, off the court, I can understand that y'all throwing the barbecue or coming along with the family on the off season or some shit. But as long as we on this hardwood, nigga, we at war. I don't want to be your motherfucking friend, nigga. How the fuck I'm gonna know if I'm great if I got you on my team? If I got everybody that I'm supposed to be battling it and bringing my A game against, they on the same side as me. Where the competition at? It just don't make no sense sometimes, bro. Now, I understand you want the players to have their life in their control, get their little money, all that shit fine and dandy. But dog, for you to have losing records, I'm cooking your ass. I ain't giving you no pass for that shit. These niggas better know one thing, LB. This like we gotta get up and go to work every day. Instead of you playing Fortnite, bitch, you should be hitting that fucking gym. Fortnite ain't paying you. NBA paying you. You see what I'm saying? But you gonna sit your ass on that Fortnite all day, go to the fucking games and practice lagging. Still don't want to work on nothing. And then when you fucking flop in the game, you want a nigga give you a pass. Oh, he just had an off game. Or they was missing this one. They was missing that one. I remember when Jeff Hostetler took over the Super Bowl for the New York Giants and Phil Simms got hurt. Ain't nobody say nothing about that. I remember Trent Dilfer. Nigga can't win to save his own life, but went to the Baltimore Ravens and became the quarterback of the championship Super Bowl team. I'm just saying, dog. Next man up. Too many fucking crying. Man, my era ain't never cried about no nigga being hurt. Man, shit. Who next up? I'm gonna pick up that slack. We gotta go both ways. So big, nigga. We looked at like unnecessary roughness. Our football team. We never had over 40 people, and only 15 to fucking 20 was really good. The rest of them were just making the team look big. So you know we had to go both ways. Nigga wasn't crying about that shit.
Nope.
These niggas got one job to do, and that's it. And these niggas out here got more excuses than the Lord allowed, bro. This shit's crazy.
Makes no goddamn no sense. But when
I
we
hate
call it
that
out,
too.
when we call this bullshit out, James, we a bunch of haters though.
Bro, bad coaching suck, bro. It make
Yeah,
my
bad
skin bubble.
coaching, bad players, lacking execution, all that. They should be working on their game. They over there playing Fortnite and Top Shot and all this other shit. Shout out to the Queen Gwen Marie in the building. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you.
Salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody.
Yeah, man. Hey, hey, if you watching this video, hey, I'm 132 subscribers away from 1,000. So help your boy get there.
Yeah, share, like, and comment, man. Let's get it up, man. This the realest you gonna get over here.
Yeah, we not gonna
I'm talking
lie to
about,
you. Unlike that fucking Toucan Sam motherfucker, Nick Wright.
you know, over here we keep the same energy. Everybody get it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
shit. Hey, Bo Dassey the late bloomer, man. Long time no see, man. What's good with you, man? Shout
My
out to the
nigga Bo
homie, Bo Dassey the late bloomer.
Yeah,
Man,
what's up with you,
you
big
came
dog?
from the depths of hell, man. What's going on, man?
I ain't seen him in a minute neither, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't been seeing him on Ticket Show or your show.
Yeah,
He been
man.
all right,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Man, it's so good to see you, man. Appreciate you for being up in here, man. JCV, salute to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for being up in here, man. For real,
Hey,
man.
we
You know,
got some
Bo
good games
Dassey is the
tonight too,
homie.
though.
Huh?
We got some good games tonight too.
Yeah. And Joel B, I'm gonna put my foot in his fucking African ass, man. This motherfucker talk about how he goddamn, I'm very questionable tonight. Then he gonna come out later on and say he played. Right after I get my lineups locked, man, you're trifling as over. Yeah, I'm gonna play today, bitch. And that's just my fantasy basketball coming up, man. I'm trying to win this $100,000.
So you saying you was gonna pick him, but you didn't know if he was gonna play or not?
Yeah, because the report came out. Doc Rivers came out and said, yeah, he's very questionable tonight. What do you mean very questionable? Look, either the motherfucker go play or not. What the fuck is this very questionable shit? Then I find out like a couple minutes ago, oh yeah, he's in the starting lineup. I'm like, this motherfucker right here, man.
Man, y'all gotta put me on one of these bet states. I'm trying to hit, bro. I ain't lying. And I ain't no gambling man. That
Shit,
nigga
what's life
Atlanta,
without
man.
gambling?
Salute that
Boring.
Atlanta. That nigga Atlanta hit big on them bitches, and he ain't had no real killer roster. It's just knowing basketball. You got that feeling, man, and you know basketball. You ain't always got to pick no superstars, cause like I said, them young hyenas, they cooking, bro. You
Hey,
could pick them lower level niggas
shit.
and hit a couple of thousand on them ass.
I won $5,000. I won $3,000 in one tournament. Then I won $5,000 in another one.
You can't be, always trying to go for them big dogs.
No, you got to know. It's all about roster construction. It's all about it's not about the matchups per se, right? Because I mean that matchups has a play in it, but it's all about roster construction and knowing who to play and who not to play. You get guys that's in matchups they overpriced. You get guys in matchups they underpriced. Guys pick up roles when certain players get hurt. You get guys coming off the bench still playing 30 minutes. So there's a whole lot that goes in that fantasy basketball. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Man,
fun though. Enjoy playing it.
I remember this dude that I used to grind with in the streets back in the 90s. LB, I swear to God, bro, this nigga was a straight gambler. This nigga make 10, 20 bands and go bet 10 of them bitches. Just on football, baseball, whatever. He going to the booker to drop that bitch on something. Now, I ain't gonna lie. He done hit more than he lost. But I used to be like, God damn, dog, you just throwing money away like that shit, boy. One day I seen that nigga collect 120 off 5 racks. I went with that boy to pick it up. That boy gave me 5 of them bitches. He said, it's the 5 that I played to get it. He'll put that in your pocket. I'm like, boy, you serious? I'm like, man, this all love, man. He said, shit, man, I see you out here getting it, man. Then you got I had just had my son, and that nigga had blessed me with them 5 bands. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even much expecting that. That boy was like, man, come take a ride with me. I know niggas be hitting in that shit. Scared money don't make no money, I tell you that. But at
That's
the end
right,
of the
man.
day,
You already know what it is.
by me having those 6 kids, I just can't see myself taking nothing off my table to just to gamble a few dollars, because it's so hard out here because a nigga not hustling no more. But you know, I'm good. I won't get back into that shit if I got a few dollars to play with, because I know sports like. But dog, just to be into something that you like, dog, you got a chance to hit if you really know what you're doing. If you taking that shit serious, leave your pride on the side, bro. Fuck your favorite player. If you know the game, bro, you can hit, dog. I know this.
Yes, you got to pay taxes on those winnings. Wouldn't you like to know? You got to pay taxes, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah,
make over a
they gonna
certain
tax
amount,
you on anything you win. Any casino, anything, anytime you win in gambling, they gonna tax that money, dog. I don't give a fuck what it is. Unless it's some small shit. You know, you at the store, you get a ticket and you go cash it in from a scratch off. But anything big, $5 grand, yeah, you getting taxed, boy. Hell yeah.
yeah. So what they do is, so the money gets put into your FanDuel account, right? So the winnings get put into a FanDuel account. Now, if you want to take those winnings and play, then yeah, you can go ahead and continue that, or you could convert that into cash. The money you convert into cash, that's where they're gonna tax. And if you make over $600 within the given year, then you'll get a 1099 form in the mail. Trust me, I know it happened to me.
Yeah, if they'll send you a whole tax form for gambling, boy. You tripping. You gotta file taxes on that money.
Goddamn right. You think you can get away with that?
A dude went to casino out my project. Dog, this nigga went up in there with like $400. Nigga hit 100 grand and on a dice table. When that nigga walked out that bitch, that nigga had like 88,000. They taxed him damn near 12,000.
Yeah.
Dog,
But
they
you know
hit
what
him
though? He
hard.
probably had a bitch on each arm too. Come here, baby. Come here,
Yeah,
baby.
listen,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like
Come on.
I say, I know
You gonna
niggas
get
who
daddy.
that big,
Daddy
and
gonna take care of
they the
daddy
one
tonight.
told me, scared money don't make no money.
Nope.
When the Lakers used to play the Spurs, niggas was hitting big on those series. One dude come through the project, he was with the guided boys. That nigga said, "Say, bro, I got 250,000 in this bag. I'm taking all best. The Lakers gonna whip the Spurs." And say, bro, you know, you like I said, in the 90s, money was so plentiful. This nigga took everybody bet. That nigga was taking everybody bet. 225, 5. One nigga said, man, how much you got in that bag? He said, you want to bet it? The nigga out the Desire and the nigga from out the Magnolia, who ran with the Melf and the Magnolia boy, the guy that bought, nigga betted that whole bag. He said, man, I trust you, man. I ain't tripping. The fucking Spurs got their ass swept. Nigga come through in that Monte Carlo with that 13-inch flat screen and that bitch picking up. You heard me? I was like, this nigga, go! And he was telling niggas, man, I don't give a fuck what y'all got. Whatever y'all got, bet it with me and I'll double your money. I'll pay you double if you put your money with mine to bet against these niggas, because these niggas don't know basketball. And every time that nigga was calling that shit, even when the Lakers was gonna lose to the Spurs, that nigga was calling that shit. And he used to love the Lakers, and you know, but if he know they ain't gonna win shit, that nigga ain't about to bet on them niggas. That nigga just like he knew the game, like they ain't gonna win this shit, dog. They gonna get their ass whipped. He still collecting. I thought you know, man, it's about money. Fuck your heart. I know my team, dog. If they ain't gonna win, they ain't gonna win. I'm trying to win money. I'm leaving my feelings out this shit. And dog, I swear to God, it's very seldom I seen that nigga lose.
Mm-hmm. And Eric Gordon not playing tonight
For Houston?
Yeah, Eric Gordon's ruled out tonight. So I'm playing. So I got Victor Oladipo in my lineup between him and John Wall, man. But look, I think
So who your lineup is right now, LB?
So right now my lineup, I played 3 lineups in the $3.33 tournament, 100K to first, right? And right now I only played 3 lineups and I'm winning $18 currently, right? But there's a lot in the games going. So the first lineup I got Luka, Ben Simmons, Colin Sexton, Terry Rozier, Josh Richardson, who's fucking killing right now, Malik Monk, Jayshawn Tate, Patrick Williams, and Enes Kanter. That's the first lineup. The second lineup, I got Ben Simmons in 2 of the 3 lineups. So the second lineup consists of Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, Victor Oladipo, DeMar DeRozan, C.D. Osman, Josh Richardson, Dean Wade, Jayshawn Tate, and Jared Allen.
So you can use more. You can use the same player more than one time.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
The third lineup, I got Kyrie again, Shake Milton, James Harden, Terrence Ross, Malik Monk, Josh Richardson, Kristaps Porzingis, Patrick Williams, and Jared Allen.
That's a nice lineup right there. But see, that's what I'm saying. So when you pick all those people, what you gotta pick what they gonna score, and you gotta hit it right. All of them just gotta have a good game to get your percentage. How that shit really work?
All right,
I don't know, dog.
So all this, when it comes to fantasy, you're revolving around game theory, ownership projections, mean projection versus the floor ceiling projection. So floor basically means the lowest they're gonna get. That's their floor. Ceiling means the highest they're gonna get, right? So if a player costs $8,000, right, his floor might be 20 fantasy points, right? His ceiling might be 50 fantasy points. So your object when you play in these large field tournaments, right, is to identify players that's going to have a really good fantasy output that night. Now, some players are going to be overpriced. Some players are going to be a little lower priced. Some players are going to be really popular. Other players are going to be not as much popular. But so you're going to hear this term chalk. Chalk means a very popular player, right? If a player is like really chalky, then you might want to consider not playing that individual in the hope that that popular player underperforms. And the lower owned player, right, will get you above everybody that played that popular player. So case in point, if I'm playing 100,000 field tournament, right?
Yeah.
Who would you rather play? Would you play a guy at 35% ownership, or would you play a guy at 6% ownership? They have similar price, they have similar projections, floor ceiling projection, but one guy 35% owned in the tournament, the other guy is 6% owned. Who would you play?
So you'll go with the guy with the most, right?
No, you're gonna go with the guy that's the 6% ownership.
So all right, so you don't go with the guy with the high. In fantasy, you try to go with the guy with the low. That's why I don't know about it. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Yeah. Now, if the guy's a popular player for a reason, you don't want to just not play a guy just because he's popular. Okay, he's popular for a reason, but at the same time, you want to pick your spots when you want to go against the grain, right? So the volatile positions in fantasy basketball, right, are the shooting guard and small forward positions. Them the two volatile positions in the game of basketball. Your point guard.
You got a lot of those. I see how you got your roster. A lot of shooting guards and point guards.
Yeah, a lot of yeah. So FanDuel and DraftKings, they lay out as different. FanDuel, you only committed to like you can only play one center on FanDuel. On DraftKings, you could play 2 centers because they have the utility position, right? So depending on the contest you play and what site you play on and all that. Like I remember playing fantasy draft, you could pick 5 centers. And this night I picked 5 centers because 5 centers was in a really good spot. Right? So it depends on the contest you play, the site you're playing on, and know the rules, knowing the scoring system. Definitely know the scoring system. Like on DraftKings, everybody that shoot the 3, they get 3.5 points, right? So there's more beneficial to identify, or also on DraftKings, that you get bonuses for a double and you get bonuses for a triple. So you want to identify those players that can go out there and get a double and triple because DraftKings give out those bonus points for that. FanDuel does not.
All right, let me ask you a question right quick. So what if you score the points but your team lose? You still win?
Yeah, because it's all about fantasy points. It doesn't matter what the outcome of the game is. It's all about.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to find out then. All right.
So, case in point, last night when I played FanDuel last night, right? And the Atlanta Hawks lost to the Miami Heat 109-99. But John Collins had 58 fantasy points last night at 6% ownership. Actually, no, 7% ownership.
So whoever had him, he hit big for them.
Yeah, whoever played John Collins, they shot right up the leaderboard. All them chalky ass motherfuckers that underperformed, yeah. They like. Don't get me wrong, I got bitten by chalky players, man. You know what I'm saying? I got bitten by chalky players before. I've had that happen more often than not. I'm like, man, ain't no way this dude can go out there and fail. Next thing you know, this dude in foul trouble, 6 for 28 from the field and shit. You know what I'm saying? Coach got pissed and took them out, or the motherfucker got hurt or some shit. Or this what happened to me one night. So when what's that motherfucker name? Dion Waiters, right? He played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, right?
Man, yeah.
Dion Waiters playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I rostered him one night, right? Because I thought he was in a good spot to smash. Then I find out right after lock he got traded. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me! I was pissed.
So that right there, fuck you in the long run too.
Man, yeah, that shit definitely kicked me in the fucking nuts, man.
See, that's another reason why I be scared to do some shit like that, dog. I work too hard for my money. For a nigga to trade a nigga that I pick, bitch, the owner, you got to give me my money back. Bitch, I'm flying to your city in the morning. I need that back.
Well, oh yeah, trust me, I complained to FanDuel about that shit. They did give me my money back and shit.
No, you can't. That's like cheating the system. Like, how you gonna make me pick a player, then they trade him? I can't play him. Y'all don't want to give me my shit back or give me a fair shake at it. Like, y'all know more than I do. That's why y'all got the shit going on. But come on, man, don't cheat me out of my money.
So this the thing. So the NBA, they crack down on that because teams and coaches or whatever like that, they always be trying to play these fucking mind games with people and shit when it comes to the whole roster. Look, your team's under 500, okay? Luke Walton, I don't know why you said, well, I can't reveal the lineup right now. Motherfucker, y'all like 13-50 right now, okay? I don't give a man. Look, just tell us what we need to know, okay? So the NBA and Adam Silver cracked down on this, right? So rosters are required to be sent out 30 minutes before tip-off.
Oh, you talking about with the fantasy draft and all that?
Yeah, because they know people playing fantasy. They know Vegas got sports books. They got a lot of money right on this stuff, and they understand that. And with that, Adam Silver make it to where starting lineups have to be out 30 minutes before tip-off. Just like if you playing fantasy football, right? If you playing fantasy football for the NFL, right? Active, inactive lists are required to be out 90 minutes before kickoff. Because they know people are playing fantasy. They know people out there in the sports books, and a lot of money is being written on this stuff. So they just can't have some player come out at the last minute. Hey, coach, I'm good. Right? No, they got the inactive. Active list has to be out 90 minutes before kickoff. In basketball, they got to be out 30 minutes before tip-off. Baseball and hockey, they come up with their lineups during the day. Well, at least in baseball. Hockey, I don't play too much hockey, so I ain't gonna sit here and act like I know about fantasy hockey. The only thing I know about fantasy hockey is, the goalie got to keep him from scoring, and then one way you can attract a player's shot on goal is this stat called Corsi. But that's whole nother stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then for NASCAR, right? You're trying to find drivers that gonna get place differential, lead the fastest laps, lead the most laps, and and who's going to win the race. So that's fantasy NASCAR, right? And then a lot of that you can use the driver rating for NASCAR, and then for golf, right? So we use advanced statistics like tee to green and on par and stuff like that to identify which golfer is going to play good. Because course layout is going to be a good thing. Weather is going to play a huge factor, especially when it comes to baseball season. When daily fantasy baseball kick up, I can't fucking wait. You know what I'm saying? Weather is going to play a big factor in daily fantasy baseball and shit like that.
You know what I tried? I tried that pick six Terry Bradshaw, right?
I tried that too.
2 years in a row, dog. Let me tell you, bro. I could have hit one. I picked the Saints one of those years, and I'm gonna tell you that the year that the Rams did that pass interference and they beat us, that's the only thing fucked up because I picked the Saints to win. I hit everything right, but the Saints winning. If they'd have called that pass interference, the Saints would have won that game. We all know what happened. The Rams came back and won and went to the Super Bowl. So with that being said, I'm always like 1 or 2 away from that bitch. So the only reason why I was playing that because that shit free. But then I had broke my phone because I got out the car. My shit had fell in a puddle of water. I was pissed off. So when I had to go get a new one, I had to upload a lot of shit. But I forgot my Google account and shit, so I had to make a new one. So a lot of the shit that I had on that phone, I couldn't bring it on to this one. So I had to start damn near over. And I never just downloaded that shit back. But that shit sweet too though, that pick six. Because if you know what you're doing, you could hit on that bitch too though. But he got his shit so fucked up. He got it to the point where you got to see who gonna score first. Now that's where he testing your skills, your real skills. Because you'll never know who gonna score first. But if you know the team that you playing against and the team that they playing against and the defense, how they play, the shit'll be easy for you to try to hit. That's what I'm saying. I was always right there on that fucking pick six. But I was mad I broke that phone because I ain't gonna lie, I think that phone was good luck to me. But I never did it again. I'm gonna download it this year though. I'm gonna make sure I download it this year. I know I'm gonna hit them bitches. I'm gonna wind up and hit them bitches. Watch.
And let me address this question real quick. So Gwen Marie asked, why did Kuzma say LeBron should get Defensive Player of the Year? Was Kuzma smoking? Yes, he was smoking some Heat Rocks.
No, he's defending his boyfriend.
He was defending his teammate. That's so sweet.
Yeah, he got him that money, man. So guess what? I see that shit too. You see how Draymond talking? Anybody who he got paid, that's his road dog. So you gotta expect that from a nigga who know how to protect their money. That's something that we lack at, knowing how to protect the real and protect the money.
Mm-hmm.
People say all that bad shit about LeBron, and y'all know I don't really care for him as a basketball player, but y'all off the court and how he get niggas paid, you can't knock that, dog. That nigga, that's like biting the hand that feeds you. A nigga got you paid and I'ma blast him on TV? Hell no. I ain't been from that kind of club, dog. I ain't lying. I ain't gonna shit on him for that, but I'm gonna shit on his game because I know how I feel about it because I watched him for 18 years and ain't shit changed. But at the end of the day, he gets you your money. Anytime you let Draymond Green get $100 million and now you sign with Clutch Sports, that lets you know how real this nigga is. That's some deep money shit.
God damn, Vooch got 24 fantasy points already, and that's the first quarter. God damn.
Hold up, who that is, LB?
Vooch. Nikola Vucevic.
Oh, the dude from Orlando.
Yeah, that man. Dallas got any kind of interior defense going on. God damn.
Say, bro, I like him though.
I like him too. Man, he a beast and shit.
And I think, listen, last year when they made it to the bubble as far as the playoffs, they surprised me. But you got to think about it. They was missing Aaron Gordon. Now I ain't saying he would have made a difference, but he'd have made a job more easy for Vucevic.
Yep. Well, okay. What's up, D-Rob?
What up?
You say when you won 500 on NASCAR yesterday?
It was the first time I tried to play it. It was around when they first came back from NASCAR.
Oh, that was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won money in the NBA too on FanDuel a couple of times.
I gotta get on that shit, dog. I ain't lying.
I won $5,000. I won $3,000. So I won $3,000 last year playing that shit, man. That shit was. I was like, I just got done. I just got done. Give me no punane, right? And then I checked my phone, and I was like, oh shit.
Big bucks, no whammies, baby.
Yeah, a doctor introduced it to me in I think 2016. A doctor introduced me to the FanDuel and things like that. And the first time I played it, they had the college on DraftKings, and I won like $10 off of it, not trying. And then I started doing the NBA. And
bro, man, I tell you one. There's 2 times that really leave a really bad taste in my mouth, right? So one night I was playing fantasy basketball during the playoffs and shit, and Danny Green was the one person that cost me a shot of winning $50,000, man, because he went out there and performed. That nigga on my fucking blacklist forever, right? And then another time I was playing NFL, the playoffs, right? And I was in the 68,000 player tournament, right? I was ranked 16th, right? I was at $1,500, right? And Eddie Lacy broke free. I'm like, all this motherfucker need to do is run 30 yards or give me a touchdown or some shit, and I would have won $30,000. How about this bastard got ran down, fumbled the ball, the Redskins recovered his shit. So that knocked me down from 16th to 68, and then it went like $400 off that shit. Now, mind you, only paid like $1 entry, and I still won $400. In fact, I could have won $30,000 had this motherfucker got that. Oh boy, man, look.
Yeah. I've been playing it for a long time, and I won like thousands of dollars. The most I ever won was $50,000 though. At one time.
Yeah. Shit, I remember one time I played DraftKings. I played the low 10-cent baseball league, and I turned 10 cents into $25.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that happened a lot on DraftKings.
Good return.
That's a good ass investment, boy. Especially if you know your sports. You gonna win more than you lose.
How much is each entry in that fan? Which one you play?
FanDuel.
Yeah,
so they got different. So they got 5-cent leagues. They got 25-cent leagues and shit. And then
how much money you gotta bet to win the 50,000 and all that?
Also, the large field tournaments you can put in low as $3.
For real, that's it?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Now, if the higher stakes, now that you got motherfuckers putting like $5,300 on a high stakes tournament and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Yeah, ain't nobody put. Hey, look, the people that putting in $5,300 and all that, they're the ones that they them motherfuckers is well off. You know what I'm saying?
Like Charles Barkley betting $100,000 on Portland.
Man, he an idiot. But then
wait, hold on, what? Charles said what?
Yeah, I think Charles at the beginning of the season, Charles Barkley bet like $130,000 for Portland to make the finals or something like that.
I'm nigga be throwing money away, man. That's crazy. I ain't betting on no indeed. 130, you know them people wasn't going nowhere. That's crazy.
Right. So is that entry fee daily or is it like for the entire tournament?
Daily.
Daily, okay.
Yeah, gotcha. It's daily.
Still not bad though. I thought it would be like $100 or something like that.
Nah. That's what I thought. I thought in order to win that type of money, you'd be having to bet like 50 to 100 to get to. You talking about $2 and $3? Shit, that ain't shit.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, $2-3, man. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, you trying to beat out 100,000 people and shit like that, but it's all about strategy. And if y'all want to, we all could come on, and then I can pull up the FanDuel slate, and then we can break these games down. We can talk amongst each other about who the players are, who we like, who we don't like, and all that shit.
Yeah, we can do that with that.
Would everybody in this chat room want to see that?
Yeah.
Shit, I'm with that, nigga. I'm trying to hit. Fuck.
Okay. That. All right. So we got 3 more games. We got 3 more. We got tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday before the All-Star break. So what I'll do is I'll come on. Matter of fact, I'll put it in the since I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I don't have a community post yet. So what I'll do is I'll put it on a schedule. Maybe it come on like 2:00, right? I don't want to do it too early because the problem is if you do it too early, then we got to revise strategy because this player might get ruled
Players
out,
gonna
or
sit
this
out.
player
Yeah.
that might be questionable might play some shit, or the coach might change the starting lineup or some crazy ass shit. So all that work we did at the beginning of the day just gonna get poo-pooed down the toilet. What's up, Too Raw?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, Too Raw?
What's up, Too Raw, man? What's down with it, my brother?
Hey, what's up, man?
No, just sitting here chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? We talked about how Lloyd Pierce, aka Chocolate Milk Head, got fired and shit.
Oh, from the Atlanta Hawks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
another one bites the dust.
What you think about that, Too Raw? You think that he got a bad shake?
Well, yeah. But like I always see like teams that you kind of get a sense the league want to promote, like over there with Trey Young, and that supposed to have been like, remember like coming into the year they projected that was going to be a good team, but obviously they've revealed themselves to be still mediocre. I always get the impression with teams like that with a potential star, they rather have a certain type of coach over there. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, I see where you're going with. That's why I asked you, did he get a fair shake? Because I think they trying to let somebody else reap the benefits.
Right.
Hey, Too Raw, one more thing before you continue to Too Raw. I just got one more thing I gotta tell you. The motherfucker found out on Twitter he got fired.
Oh damn! I didn't know that.
Damn! So they ain't even call him.
That's what I'm saying, Too Raw. That's why. Dog, I know you're gonna keep it a bean on this situation. That's why my main question to you is: I know this dude ain't getting no fair shake if they fired him like that.
Nah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's so disrespectful, man.
Yeah, that's cold blooded.
It's almost like they
talk to him man to man in his face.
It's almost like they're looking for an excuse to fire him.
Yeah.
And didn't even have the decency to call this man and tell him you fired. But they always get on these players when they show any independence, you know what I'm saying, and want to be traded or complain about certain things. But the owners get to treat them players get to treat the players and the coaches like crap.
I feel bad for the brother, but at least they got another brother to try to make amends for our culture. Because I like Nick McMillan. He just got to handle his business. You got the keys. I won't hear about you lost nothing. You can't control it. Grab the wheel. You heard me? Get you some chains to ride in the snow. Whatever you got to do. Take control of this bitch and let's make it happen. Because I'm tired of them using us for scapegoats. That's all.
So Nick McMillan, his successor?
Yeah.
He interim coach.
Interim. Well, hopefully he can get rid of that interim and be a permanent coach.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. I mean,
yeah, I knew he was probably gonna get fired, but to fire him over Twitter, that's just bullshit.
Where the professionalism at? Ain't this the NBA?
Right.
Come on, bro. You could have did that shit a better way, dog.
Yeah, that's some type of crap you expected some third-rate rinky-dink, temp agency or something.
Right. Not now you're man enough to tell him to his face.
No, this shit crazy. Once again, we got to go through this bullshit. But like I said, they knew they had that ace card of Nick McMillan in their back pocket. That's why they didn't hesitate to ask him. But come on, bro. You can't do it like that.
No.
Yeah, I kind of see why his wife mad now. I didn't know they fired him over Twitter.
Nah, just the fact I ain't know the man just had a kid. Come on, bro.
That too.
That's the
Yep.
kind of fucking sympathy. Man just had a whole baby, and you gonna do the man like that?
Dude had a kid. Dude just had a kid 2 weeks ago. Then he had to find out on Twitter he got fired. Ain't that, man? That's some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy shit, crazy.
Do you think any of the players had anything to do with this?
That's a good question too, Ron.
I'm pretty sure in the coming days we'll find out more. Because when coaches get fired and all that, and days later we find out that there was turmoil. Oh, you know what? John Collins and Trey Young had a little internal beef going on.
Yeah.
That could have been a situation too. That, like I said, it's a young team. You got a young coach. He act like he can't take grasp of what's going on. That's costing them games, not being able to close down a stretch. Let's get the veteran coach up in here that know what he's doing, for as Nate McMillan. So you had the ace card in your back pocket, but it's just how you ain't get a man a shot to just go out on, with his head up high, and you sending that Twitter through it. Come on, bro. That's not professional. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, dog. That shit is just disgusting.
How long had he been coached there?
2.5 years.
Yeah, he wasn't there long at all.
But Tuval, you still got Scott Brooks and all these niggas, Terry Stotts with a job. These niggas ain't no better than him.
Right. And, Atlanta been terrible for years.
Yep.
I mean, so it ain't like, it's been a decline under his regime or anything. If anything, you can kind of say they got a little better this year. A little bit.
Mm-hmm. Boy, that shit pissed me off, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you want to fire the guy, bring him in and let him know y'all going in a different direction, man. Y'all that much of a chicken?
That's all I'm saying. Be more professionalism with it. You down bad, dog. This is the NBA. Y'all want to see y'all trying to save face for this and that, but y'all doing shit all fucked up. Y'all ain't just going by the book.
Hey, how would the NBA feel or the Atlanta Hawks feel? Lloyd Pierce was like, if they found out on Twitter that Lloyd Pierce was like, fuck the Atlanta Hawks, y'all can suck my dick. I ain't coming back in this motherfucker. How'd they feel if he said that shit to him on Twitter?
Well, they was afraid he was going to do a Mr. Darnell on them in the office. I'm busting my ass. I'm doing my job. You get your rocks up. Treat me like paper. Treat me like trash. No, sir. That's the way you've been coaching. Now get out.
Yeah, they trying to Joe Clark some shit, huh? Call me Batman. Crazy joke. They can't say nobody. Well, they can't tell nobody about nothing if a nigga come out flashing on their ass and not going by the rules. Because y'all sure ain't go by the protocol doing that shit. Yeah. You can't find nobody because you should be able to find yourself for doing that, man. And the only thing I'm saying, I ain't know the dude just had a kid 2 weeks ago, bro. Come on, bro. That's not right.
Yeah, man. Dude,
let the man finish the season out of stuff.
And they can him and they shit can him.
Just let them finish the season out. Fuck, how many coaches y'all seen they let finish the season out knowing they was gonna get fired?
Jeff Hornacek.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, he knew he was fired. Nobody fired. I know. He knew he was fired. He stopped trying. He even stopped trying toward the end of the season. He checked out mentally. But like you said, they gave him the courtesy of finishing out the season. But, it's the same league that fired 2 black coach of the years.
Mm-hmm.
That is true, though. That is true, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's one thing to fire coach of the year,
Fired him. I mean,
man, just like
fired Casey and as soon as they got Leonard, they fired Casey and put Nick Nurse in there, and he got all the credit.
He took all the credit, right?
Same thing with Steve Kerr when he got fired. When he got fired from goddamn Well, old boy got fired from Golden State, Mark Jackson, and got Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr won all them championships. Yeah, he took all the credit.
I'm tired of them niggas doing that, bro. This shit crazy.
Even more disrespectful about it, ESPN have Mark Jackson call those fucking games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Slap in the face, nigga.
I mean, just spit in his face with you, for crying out loud, will you?
And that's why I understand though, LB, why niggas so dedicated on breaking their back for them motherfuckers, knowing them bitches don't mean us no good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I come to do my job not an inch more. Y'all gonna pay me more? Then I'll go to the ends of the earth. You're gonna pay me more. But if you trying to keep me on Mars? You trying to keep me on? Man, look, fuck that. Look, I'm gonna come and do my job and not an inch more. If you want more, then you gotta pay me more. Period.
Facts.
Instead of here doing work for free, I don't run no goddamn charity event. I got a trademark T-shirt that says "I don't come cheap."
Yep.
You got like nigga think it's still slavery days. That's all. Shit, they gonna take that money. They gonna sell out for that.
You gotta work. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell all my women. I'm like, look, you want me to go to the ends of the earth? Then hey, I ain't say you gotta give me pussy and all that. I'm just saying that hey, you gotta be some quality time in that shit too.
Nigga LB crazy.
Ain't lying though.
Hey, it takes two to tango, bro.
Damn right.
Yeah, I can't be giving all mine, and you only giving 5 or 10%.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go across the country for you.
Or the 70-30, but that's the farthest I'm going. When you get to 80-20, I can't do nothing with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna go across the country for you. You won't even go across the street.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
Damn.
I hope Nick McMillan could turn it around though, because he got a nice little squad over there, bro. And like I said, he's a more veteran, seasoned coach. Maybe he could get a grasp on what he need to be done over there and take control of it, and stop this young man from shooting all these 60-footers. Like,
yeah, I know, right?
I know, right? Hey, I got to report real quick. Hey, shout out to Bo Desi, the late bloomer, for his donation through the Cash App. He asks, "Who do we got for Coach of the Year so far?" For me, it's Monty Williams for the Phoenix Suns.
That's a good pick. I like that.
That's what y'all got.
Damn, I ain't even thought about that one. I haven't even really thought that one.
Yeah, listen, that's a good pick because where the Suns was last year compared to coming out the bubble and how they playing right now, I gotta give props, bro. Them young dudes balling over there, and they young, bro. They buying into the system. They got a veteran lead over there, and Chris Paul got them playing, bro. Chris Paul put them in position to succeed. That's all you can add. That's why I say Atlanta Hawks missing Rondo. That dude had that team way better than they are right now, closing those games. And that black coach when they got fired because of the fact of the matter that they handicap and they don't have all their weapons at their disposal is gonna make you look as pedestrian. Like ambidextrous, you can't win without your whole squad because you don't have no veterans. You need veterans to get you through injuries, and I don't see not one veteran on that team that can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe Monty Williams got a raw deal in New Orleans, man. You know what I'm saying? I think whoever did GM, Dale Demps, that motherfucker don't need to be the GM or nothing. He don't need to be the GM or General Mills. He don't need to be the general manager or nothing. He couldn't even be the general manager of Shoney's, and then ain't no Shoney's no more.
I ain't gonna lie, when I seen that, dog, I was like, why would you fire this man, bro? When I seen a raw deal, no rubber, no KY jelly, they killed him. I was like,
paper condom.
Listen, New Orleans was hot behind that, dog, because that was the only dude that brought some kind of integrity back to the city. You know what I mean? He was a good coach, and it's showing right now. That's the same coach, nigga, that we had. Yep. Because we had a lot of injuries. They gave him the bad stick. I'm talking about Bam. and let everybody else reap the benefits of it. I'm tired of that with my brothers. That's all. Once again, another brother with a bad deal.
Mm-hmm. He got fucked. He got fucked with the Fred wood, with the splint. He got fucked with the wooden dick with the splinters on it.
Oh.
Hey,
That's cruel.
You can't keep a good coach down there, good brother, because like I said, y'all gave him another young team and y'all thought he was going to crumble under the pressure, and he got them dudes balling over there. Now he added a veteran in Chris Paul. That's even much more help for him, because that's making his job easy. Only thing he got to do is add the rotation, and what he already know, because I already knew he was a good coach because we had him. And like I said, when they fired that dude, boy, in New Orleans, damn near flipped Bourbon upside down. What the fuck y'all did that shit for? And it was, boy, we was hot behind that. Not because he was no black, because the dude, like I said, you got to give a dude time to change your organization around. 1 or 2 years ain't gonna happen, especially when you're dealing with a young team. When you got young pieces around, you don't have no veterans. That's why when the Drew Holidays and the Rondo started coming around to help AD, how you think he got to the playoffs those 2 years? Because you put veteran people around him.
Right.
Yeah, and see, and always not about X's and O's, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets so hung up on the X's and O's. Yeah, a person got to know how to do something. At the end of the day, man, look, if their players really wanted Lloyd Pierce back, man, they could have. Trey Young, he got caught within that organization, even though he could have pushed for to keep him and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But
hold up, LB, stop right there. Trey Young so young though. Trey Young only think about me. I'm scoring. I made the All-Star team last year. This nigga feeling himself. Now that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. If you had a veteran leader that can go there and say some shit like that, them young dudes ain't saying that, dog. I don't see no young nigga out here trying to say no coach job. I don't give a fuck what color they is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them young dudes ain't about to talk up for that shit, man. Listen, shit, if y'all want to go that direction, I'm with y'all. Instead of saying, know what, man, this is band on the been here 2 years. Injuries was a part of it. Like, give him time. He a good coach. Ain't nobody speaking up for nobody like that no more, man. And it's sad. That's why they say it ain't what you know, it's who you know. But how many people gonna speak up for you to get that job, though? For you to keep your job? Not many.
Mm-hmm. And they all worry about their brand and shit.
And it's sad, bro. It's sad.
So freaking disrespectful the way they fire him and shit like that, man. I can't rock with that, man. I can't respect no shit like that.
No, know what else hurting me, dog? When they did the Wayne case of that shit in Toronto. That was the straw that broke the camera back for me because I already knew what it was hitting for.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think they won 59 games that year.
Yeah.
And made the conference finals.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and you still fired this man. I'm like, nigga, how many niggas you know be in that type of situation and still get the bad end of the stick, the raw deal? Nigga talking about this fried chicken, nigga, that meat raw as a motherfucker you serving.
But yet you get these jackass head coaches that still got a job. Luke Walton still got a job, for crying out loud.
Hey,
Shit,
nobody
Luke
Luke Walton got a job? You think it's because of what he did with Golden State that time Steve Kerr was missing?
Yeah.
And look, without a team, that nigga act like he don't know X's and O's or nothing. He don't even know where to line up at.
But shit, remember when Luke got fired from Lakers, he went unemployed, but not even 24 hours.
That's what I'm saying. See, too raw, man. Why they got, bro? This shit is crazy. You don't want it with the Lakers, but all right. Listen, we ain't gonna give you no good team, but we got another job for you. We gonna send him down to Sacktown. Sacktown ain't been shit since Chris Webber left. And all of a sudden, you gonna send a man down there just so he can still keep a job to feed his family. You don't see through that shit? I do.
Oh yeah.
Your dad inherits his money just from talking on NBC with the basketball back in the days commentating. He was a good basketball player. Injuries derailed him. You played in the league, so y'all got money. So why is you stealing money now, not trying to coach these young men?
I think it's a travesty that you got these bench warming bums, you know what I'm saying, like Luke Walton and Steve Kerr struggled to be a starter. Steve Kerr struggled to be on teams until he got with Chicago. They get, coaching positions, but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Patrick Ewing, they could never get coaching jobs in the NBA.
Nope. Talk that shit, nigga. Talk your shit. That's what I'm talking about right there.
You know what I'm saying? Patrick Ewing was a assistant forever until he got that position with Georgetown.
Right.
Come on, man. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I fuck with y'all, dog. Man, y'all some real niggas, dog. So, salute to everybody tuning in the chat, bro. I can't see y'all because I'm at work, but too raw. That's some real shit. All these dudes that know the game, that was great at the game, can't get a job.
Right. Another one that was an assistant for a long time. I used to wonder why he can't get a head coaching job. He was a great player. Bob McAdoo, long time with the Miami Heat. Never get a head coaching position.
Right.
Yep. Bob McAdoo was a long time assistant, man. He assisted with the Lakers at one point.
I think it might have been when he started with the
Lakers.
I
don't know who he started with, but I know he was with Miami on that 4P.
Right. I know he was on the Miami. I think he was. Matter of fact, I want to say he was an assistant back in the Harden Morning years with Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he been with that organization though.
Right.
He was with them even when they left. Look at what Juwan Howard doing with Michigan. That man lost one game, man.
Right. It's like they got to go back to the. Right. They got to go back to. They got to go to the college basketball ranks to get opportunities. Great player.
Thing. Avery Johnson had to go back to college. Come on, man. Y'all blackball Avery Johnson. It wasn't that man's fault they lost a 2-0 lead in the finals, but why he couldn't come back and run it back?
How long was he a coach for? Like maybe 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, I hated that. Avery Johnson from my city, he a stand-up guy. Came back into the community, walked the community. He wasn't scared. He knew how rough it was, but you know how some niggas leave and don't come back. They'll send the money, let other people do it. He was in the trenches. You know what I mean? So I respected that. That's what I'm saying. Why all our brothers, they know what it's hitting for, so they'll go back to their roots, nigga, before they fuck with them. And I respect that. But fuck, that shit's supposed to be in the league. It's supposed to be at least 60-40 with coaching. I don't give. You can have the 60%, but give us 40.
Right.
How many black coaches we really have in the league? Come on, keep it real right now.
It's only a handful.
You probably could count on one fucking hand. This shit is crazy.
Probably.
It's going backwards.
Yeah, I'm trying to think on it right now.
I ain't talking about no assistant coach. I'm talking about pure black head coaches.
Head coach.
It's going backwards.
You got Doc Rivers, you got Ty Lue, you got Nate McMillan, and who else you got?
Monty Williams.
Monty Williams, and you got one more, I think. Dwayne Casey.
The Pistons, right?
Pistons, Dwayne Casey, yeah.
Dwayne Casey.
That's 5.
Let's see the late bloomer again in the Cash App. He says for Brad Stevens got a job real fast.
Right, exactly.
I'm glad my nigga Bo Desi late bloomer said that. And this nigga still got a job. Nigga, you done went to 2 Eastern Conference Finals and you know it was your fault. You got a young team, but you don't know how to get them over the hump.
And they ain't got the excuse with LeBron's in the Eastern Conference anymore.
Facts.
They got
still losing to Miami.
Right. Getting out-coached.
That was out-coached for real too, T. And look, he still got a job.
And he lost to the Hawks too.
No, when the Pelicans came back from 24 down in the middle of the third quarter and hawked their ass down, I said no fucking way. And this nigga still got a job. I'd have fired that nigga right then and there. Cause that was look, they was on a 3-game skid after that. They lost 3 straight games by losing big leads. You the coach. You supposed to, dog. That's what I'm saying. That's a young team still. Don't get it twisted. Now name me a veteran player they got on that team that been through the trenches or who got playoff experience.
You
They
know what's
grew
crazy?
together. They grew together going through that shit. So they don't really have nobody with no experience to get them over the hump.
And you know what's crazy? With that team, with that talent, Brad Stevens' playoff coaching record is 37-36.
That's fucking disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody brings him up, or what's the other dude? Budenholzer in Milwaukee. They blame it on chemistry with the players, or they'll blame Kemba Walker's injury, or they put it all on Giannis. But when everything's going great, guess who get all the praise? The coach.
He's a great coach. He's a great coach.
He's a great coach with great mental acuity, and he just brings so much to the game, and da. I'm like, man, this Jerry Lewis looking motherfucker ain't doing shit, man. Brad Stevens ain't shit, man.
Man,
But
look
then
at
everybody, when they losing, it's the players or it's something else.
look at all the analysts that we gotta watch. Rick Bucher, Nick Rome,
Oh, I
Stephen
can't
A.
stand
Smith.
Nick. I can't stand that dude,
Mac,
man.
none of these niggas ain't never played a lick of sports on no professional level. But all these niggas got jobs to talk about it like they did 20 years, got 2-3 rings apiece up there. None of you niggas ain't did nothing.
That is true though, man. At
How
least,
you got niggas like that talking about the game and talking about
right.
it's blasphemy for you to say something like, no, it's blasphemy for to have your ass sitting up here and ain't never played not 1 year fucking basketball in the pros.
At least back in the day, James, like when you watch NBA on NBC, they'll have Isaiah Thomas or Julius Erving, or they'll have Magic or somebody that you respect.
Right.
That played the
You know what I'm
game.
saying? Right.
That's all I'm saying too, Raw. You were on with that. Keep cooking.
Right. Or if they did have a journalist, it's somebody that you could tell they really knew the game of basketball. Like Hubie
What
Brown.
the old coach name is? Hubie Brown.
Hubie Brown.
Hubie Brown. I learned so much listening to Hubie Brown talk about basketball growing up. You don't get that no more. All you get is promotion, and hype. That dude will actually tell you, like, how he thought that they were going to, how they will execute this play, and what this guy excelled at, and what his pluses and minuses and weaknesses and strengths. He's an excellent coach, but you don't get that today. All you get today is hype and promo, propaganda and hyperbole. I can't listen to that bullshit, man.
Yeah, I remember when Miami won their first ring. LeBron won his first ring in Miami. Bill Simmons was on there talking about how he thought LeBron's on Jordan's level already after winning one ring.
Yeah, man. That.
Hey, that's the type of shit I'm saying.
Off.
You want me to listen to that shit on TV every day? Hell no. Nigga, I sleep at 3 o'clock before I wake up and listen to that shit.
Yeah, I think Jalen Rose called him out on TV after he said that. I think it was either Jalen Rose or Magic. I forgot who it was, but someone called him out on live.
My favorite episode, bro, when that nigga Ryan Highlands was on there, and Shaq and somebody else was on there, and that nigga said Jordan and Kobe can't fill LeBron James' shoes. That nigga Shaq said, can I slap him or walk off the set? Because I got to get at least one of them. I wanted Shaq to knock 5 from his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the old OGs to be checking these dumb motherfuckers? A nigga who can't average 3 points as a 7-footer.
And only dunked the ball, what was it, 13 times his career?
Yeah, what that was, it was like 13 for 24 and layups. Niggas can't hit a layup. Niggas so stupid ass off TV. This the type of niggas they got talking to y'all though.
Yeah, I didn't believe that. I looked it up. It said like 13 dunks. I was like, what?
They got Channing Frye, Ryan Highland, Richard Jefferson ass niggas talking to y'all like they was so cold in the game. These niggas a bunch of role
when I was playing with James and OKC, James was hitting the club. I had me a couple of double-doubles. This nigga had 1 double-double, and the rest of the games he was averaging 3 points and 4 rebounds. Kendrick Perkins.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. Know what else be making me mad? Because, like I say, that's why I'm glad you brought that point up. That goes to show you the lack of IQ and knowledge that we have in the game now, because these dudes wasn't willing to get past along the knowledge, because when they made it to the league off, whatever they made it to the league off, they was content with their position. They was content with their role. I'm making money. I got out together to feed my family. I don't care what nobody say. See, we didn't have that mentality. You know, we still wanted to be the greatest at whatever we did.
Right.
We still wanted to go out there and win because we was getting paid. Nigga, I was playing semi-pro for free. Nigga still trying like I was out there playing for a pro team. It's the love of it gonna have you going out there and refusing to lose. And when you ain't got that passion and you just in it for all the wrong reasons, this the type of shit we gotta watch and listen to. Like I say, I never seen the sports era, even in football. All these dudes that be talking. Dan Orlowski, dog, you was a 6th-round draft pick damn near. Nigga, you ran out the end zone and had a safety on your own self. And you did that multiple times, not just one time, but they got him on there talking quarterback talk. Nigga, you was the shittest quarterback when you played. You got, when I say a journeyman, nigga, you couldn't throw the fucking ball to save your fucking life. You had a nice little season with Detroit or whatever, but what I'm saying is, how you letting these type niggas get on TV talking this bullshit like they was all American?
You know what my theory is about that? My theory is that the reason why I like to hire those mediocre bum ass motherfuckers is because I think they're easier to control and manipulate with the message. Like,
facts.
You know, they might be more. I'm not saying they broke, but these guys they didn't have supermax contract. So they more reliant on whatever salary they're getting from ESPN, or maybe even whatever they might be getting from Clutch Sports or whatever. They're more reliant on that than some of these other dudes that's Hall of Famers or really good players. They got more freedom to they're not relying on that. They can, you know, they got their own money. So they can afford to say what they really want to say. But I think these guys are being manipulated by you know, certain forces to say outlandish shit. And so then maybe also too. Go ahead.
No, I want you could keep. How much Stephen A. Smith getting paid a year?
I know he got a $10 million contract. I don't know how many years.
That's what I hear.
I was about to say. So you think a nigga about to fuck up that nigga gonna coon for that 10 mil? Shit, not me.
And the crazy thing about it, man, I remember when Stephen A. Smith first came out, man. Before he was on ESPN, he used to be on the Best Damn Sports Show with what's the dude that's married to Roseanne Barr? Tom Arnold. Arnold and John Sally, and I can't remember the other
talking about when he first tried to get his start, though. I know what you talking about.
Right. That's when he first started getting notoriety. And I like the way he talked back then. It was different. Like he won't running around in circles, tap dancing and saying what he think to appease everybody. He was really giving his opinion. Mm-hmm. And the first go around when he was with ESPN, he was a little different. But he got fired. And then he got rehired. But ever since he got rehired, he still got that little swag. He didn't master it. He got that little swag, but he know what and what not to say. You know what I'm saying? He didn't got mastered the art of sounding like he a street dude, but he be cooning.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That nigga be buck dancing, tap dancing. Let's dance. Let's dance to the music. Let's dance. That nigga dancing like Florida Evans on Good Times, huh?
No, that was a goddamn Daffy Duck tap dance right there.
I remember that with the cane.
No, LB. Not LB. The joint when he doing it hard.
Yeah.
When he doing it real fast, the music was speeding up and shit.
Because the nigga Kendrick Perkins said that shit. Kendrick Perkins said, I found out what I wanted to do, because at first I was just sitting inside. I did ESPN for a whole year straight, jockstrap sniffing for LeBron, till they gave me a contract. And now look, that nigga getting paid to do that shit. He said the whole first year he did it for nothing. But that's how he had to build his brand. So when I heard that shit, so you working for free now, nigga? Just to say something about a nigga to make yourself feel like you know what you talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. You work for a whole year free just to get on a nigga team to get money. Now you can't get that. You can't. This nigga ain't gonna say nothing bad about that nigga though.
What I don't get though, what I don't get, y'all, is this nigga played for the Celtics, man.
Facts.
He played with the big three. And then he played for OKC. Like, what are you doing capping for that dude? That's like Bill Laimbeer coming out and capping for Jordan. Like, huh?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I remember when Kendrick actually had beef with LeBron because LeBron did that tweet about that dunk, and Kendrick called him out.
Right. That's what he was still saying, that, you know, what, Jordan and Kobe were better or something? Like, he was still back in that mind frame, but all of a sudden, during that little stint when he was playing, you know, well, he wasn't really playing, appearing with the Cavaliers, you know, that's when he started switching up. I don't know, for whatever reason. I don't know.
My favorite part with that nigga, you in the suit. You and Draymond get into it. Draymond hit you with the pom-pom dance. I was laughing like a motherfucker. That's the only thing I like the Raymond doing right there.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Was somebody shooting free throws or something?
Yeah, that boy Draymond turned around, boy said, "Nigga, you a cheerleader." That nigga went to doing that little pom-pom dance. Nigga, you pom-pom for this nigga. Boy, I was laughing hard, nigga. I said, look at the Raymond. He got little balls, huh? He going after that nigga. The very next year, that nigga put his nuts on his head. You signed with him. I'm like, oh, this nigga here.
Mm-hmm. That nigga Kendrick thinking because he looked like the Blue Devil mascot, that supposed to be scaring people. You know what I'm saying?
No, that nigga look like a hairy critter. You know them critters that roll the
You know who else I think he looked like? You remember? I told LB this. I think I said in the video. Remember that Reading Rainbow story, Abiyoyo?
Yeah, I remember that.
I swear he looked like Abiyoyo, man. The damn monster in that story. Abiyoyo, 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 Abiyoyo. He had steak breath.
Don't you know it's so easy to persuade somebody to say something that you don't want them to say? But listen, put that bag in front of him. Boy, that nigga read that whole script.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Long as it got money involved, boy, nigga, forget all their morals and values. That's what I be talking about. Now, if you gonna want me to do this job, I'm a sports analyst. I gotta keep it real, bro. I ain't on here to pump up nobody. If you stank up the joint, look, we gotta call that shit game by game anyway. You know what I mean? We not calling. If you win 3 games in a row, we talking about you 3 games in a row in a good way. You stanking up the joint, you know you gotta get that heat. That goes with anybody. Cause we expect these players to come out from under that rock sometime and just show, look, they paying me the max dollars, I'm gonna deliver sometime. You know what I mean? Move out the way. Like I'm about to bring this shit home. Look how Jason Tatum been trying to close games lately for Boston. Even against when they lost that 24-point lead to us. That nigga was hitting clutch shot after clutch shot, and they still went to overtime. Now I don't know how they lost the 24-point lead, but it wasn't Jason Tatum's fault. Jason Tatum was out there cooking. You know what I mean? But hey, I don't know what's wrong with Boston right now. Them niggas just in their own way.
They suck.
I agree. I think them 2 Eastern Conference Finals went to their head as a young team.
Yep, they started smelling it. Shout out to
then they've been to 3 of them.
Chris IGN. What's up, man? Appreciate you for being up in here tonight. Luda Ryder, you was up in here early. Good to see you back up in here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We already know what that's all about, man. Yeah, man. That shit crazy as hell.
So let me ask y'all a question. Who y'all got tonight? You got Utah New Orleans.
I actually got Utah winning this game tonight.
I got Utah winning too, but I think we got a shot to play, because I think Zion way quicker than Rudy Gobert. But I don't know if Steven Anderson gonna play. I just want to see what Bi and how Zion gonna keep playing. Cause see when they score, they look 30-28. I don't give a fuck who get it, but as long as we're in that 30-28 in range, we give ourselves a chance to win. I just think Stan Van Gundy, dog. I ain't never liked him. Ever since he quit on the Heat that year and Pat Riley had to win that championship.
Oh yeah, 2005, 2006.
Yeah, he was the coach of that team, and that nigga, they was on a losing streak. They couldn't get nothing going. Pat Riley put them names in that pool, and them niggas just hit a light switch or something. And them niggas went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like coaches like that. He a quitter to me. He goes to show you, listen, look how he coached against Kobe. They had a chance to win that first game, Orlando, against Kobe Bryant. You put Jamil Nelson back in there after you seen Rafer Austin cooking and helping you stay in that game. Now, why would the fuck you do that?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say now, James? What'd you say?
I'm saying when Stan Van Gundy was coaching for Orlando Magic, game 1, Orlando had a chance to steal that game. And that nigga missed the layup on the alley-oop or something. They tried to throw it with a couple of seconds left. Courtney Lee missed that layup. But what I'm saying is Rafer Austin was cooking in that series, and you broke the team whole chemistry by trying to put Jamel Nelson back in there, forcing them to play after he set out the whole season damn near anyway from a fucking injury.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was that like 2009?
Yeah, that was 2009.
Right. I remember that.
That was the year the Lakers beat Orlando in the finals. Man, Van Gundy never was a good coach to me. I like his brother. At least his brother helped you fight and everything. He was out
Yeah, I like
there
Stan Van
grabbing on
Gundy.
niggas.
I
Like
mean,
he was
Jeff Van
fighting on a
Gundy. Jeff
nigga
Van
ankle
Gundy.
or something. You know, Jeff ain't no bitch. I fuck with Jeff. Look at Two Raw. That nigga say,
Hey,
yeah, that
brother.
nigga
He was
was
holding on
holding
to
down
he was
for
holding on
dear
to more than
life,
his leg.
boy.
He was
Hey,
squeezing on more than his leg.
How the fuck you slide down to a nigga ankle? That nigga had to sleep a hold on the nigga feet. Nigga, how you put a sleeper hold on a nigga feet? Nigga, you nigga slid all the way down to the man ankles. Look, he just I said, man, boy, nigga kick him one hard time, boy, he threw.
I'm trying to remember. Was that morning? He was hanging on?
That was morning, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
morning.
that was
Yeah.
the Heat and the Knicks. That's the only
Right.
thing I know. They stayed in the Rumble, though.
Yeah,
Every fucking
Heat and
time they
Knicks were
played, they
good, boy.
won.
I'm gonna tell you something though, man. That I think that's the reason why they changed that rule when the players served a suspension the next season, because that changed that suspension altered that series, because the Knicks was supposed to beat Miami.
Oh, you talking about that? Hey, Allen Houston was
That
nice
series.
though. That shot, that's the shot Allen Houston hit though, right?
No,
that same series.
No, that was '99 against Atlanta, the first round when they went. That's the series when you talking about that run when the Knicks was the 8th seed and they went all the way to the finals against the Spurs.
All
I'm
right,
talking about in '97.
That was the '97 year. All right,
Yeah,
now
I'm talking about '97 when they was playing the Knicks that he was playing in the second round, and Knicks had a 3-1 lead in that game when they had that rumble. But the problem was the Knicks players that were suspended were their better players, while Miami, outside of I think Mourning, it was just a bunch of role players, and that changed the whole trajectory of that series. Because remember, Ewan had to sit, Starks had to sit some games, Larry Johnson had to sit. That was their best players.
Yeah, and see, bro, to say they was number one, they had the best record in the league that year. They flamed out. I was mad at the Heat, and they had a squad, but they flamed out big time that year.
They won 61 games that year, and like you said, at one point they was like neck and neck with the Bulls. But the Knicks, they won 57 games, but at one point they were on pace to win 60-some games too, but they had injuries down the stretch. But I'm gonna tell you something though. This is me. I think if New York had won that series, they would have gave the Bulls a better contest than the Miami Heat did in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Didn't Jordan sweep them?
They won 4-1. They won 4-1. The one game they lost. Remember that game when Jordan missed all those damn shots in the first half? He went like 0 for 15, 0 for 14.
That was a rough one right there. Don't remind me.
Is that 97?
Yeah.
That was
the only game they lost.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
that was 97.
Yeah.
But the Heat was down. Like I said, the Heat was always a regular season team to me. Because every time they got to the playoff, New York always had their number for some reason.
Yeah.
Them bitches couldn't beat New York in the playoff for nothing. I'm like, how you be the number one seed? They can't beat these bitches.
No, they couldn't. And like I'm saying, if it wasn't for that suspension, New York should have won that series too. And until Patrick Ewing fell apart, he used to own Lonzo Mourning too.
Well, you know, that's his big brother from Georgetown. Lonzo came behind him. So you can't beat Mr. Miyagi. Give a fuck who you is. How dare your son gonna beat Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah. He was like, all right, I'm still here. I'm still the best center from Georgetown.
Say, bro, right now to this day, I got a pair of Patrick Ewing's upstairs, nigga. I got the Adidas and the other kind with his name on there with the basketball with the 33. I used to fuck with Ewing, man. Everybody was if you ain't had Georgetown gear in the 80s and the early 90s, you wasn't a fan of basketball.
Yeah, I had Georgetown gear too.
You had to have Georgetown gear, man. Nigga wasn't rocking no Duke or no North Carolina. You had to be a fucking Georgetown Warrior.
Yeah.
I swear to God. And John Thompson was the main reason.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the legend, man.
Shout out to Dan Hall in the building, and along with Red Pill Alpha, man. What's up? Appreciate y'all for being up here tonight. Yeah, man.
I miss those days too, bro.
Me too.
The Big East had some fucking battles with Georgetown. Boy, y'all is tripping.
Georgetown, Syracuse. I think they got into a fight one time.
Man, I used to love waking up to that shit.
College basketball used to be so lit, man.
Derek Coleman at Syracuse with Sherman Douglas, man, that team was loaded. Man, I could tell you about every Big East team when Ron Artest played for St. John and shit. Man, I don't know a fucking team that was even much Providence and Seton Hall used to have fucking smoke. I'm like, who the fuck is these niggas?
Yeah. And growing up in South Carolina, man, we were subjected to Duke and North Carolina rivalry and shit.
Yeah, I was from Augusta, so yeah.
Man, everybody was sleeping on the other teams, though. They just was looking at Duke and North Carolina, but dog, that Big East was some fucking torture. You had to be a man to play over there, dog. I swear to God. Ain't no little boys was playing over there.
Shout out to Michael Smith in the building, man. Appreciate y'all for being up in here tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Chat room lit.
And I miss those days, dog. And I ain't gonna lie, you ain't never know who was gonna win.
Right, exactly. It's competition.
Remember that time Georgetown played Connecticut, Ray Allen against Allen Iverson? I still think that's one of the best college games I ever seen in the history of college basketball. Boy, them two niggas act like they ain't want to lose, and they played each other like 2 years in a row in the Big East Finals. Them niggas was cooking each other. I'm like, boy, whatever AI was doing, Jesus come right back down and bang him up again. I'm like, boy, these niggas ain't quitting.
Yep.
You give nigga 4-10 the first half today. Because they ain't see 2 3-pointers going. Now they quitting, just jacking up shots from anywhere.
That's why I get a little like annoyed when young people like they think Ray Allen was just some spot up shooter.
Hell no.
Yeah. They ain't old enough.
Don't know shit about basketball.
Somebody said, Turo, I'm glad you on this bitch. Somebody said they looked at Ray Allen as a 6 man. But then he tried to change it and say, I was only talking about with the Heat. I was about to say, because guess what? Like I said, that game right there alone, when him and AI was battling in the Big East, they brought that shit straight to the league, man. Them dudes still had that same intense battles. Seattle Supersonics against when they played the Sixers, especially when he went to Milwaukee. Now you in my
Yeah,
conference.
that
I gotta
Milwaukee
see you.
Philadelphia series was lit.
That shit was lit, man. That shit went 7 games or 5 games or something.
Yeah, back in the day, man, Ray Allen was more. He shot the three, but he was more mid range, and he would take it to the rack.
Yeah, jam on your stupid ass. Keep thinking he ain't got no hops. This ain't no white man can't jump, buddy.
Yeah, he dunked on Tracy McGrady one time.
That nigga piss on the nigga. That was my nigga, dog. Hey, bro, I used to love Ray Allen, dog. When I seen him at Connecticut, I said, man, something about this nigga. And I was a junior in high school. That was 96. Man, I was watching this nigga.
And that rivalry between UConn and Georgetown, man, I tell you, man.
Man, I said, fuck that. I said, man, I want to go to Connecticut if I ever was to play basketball.
Hey, speaking of which, because you know, ESPN used to show Big Monday. It used to, and they would profile those two teams and shit like that. It would be Syracuse, Connecticut, Georgetown, UConn, Villanova, UConn, St. John's, Villanova, Georgetown, Villanova, Syracuse. Man, it's always those same circle of teams, man.
That was the big dogs, though.
Yeah.
Listen, when you put them little pups on TV, your ratings gonna go down quick. But see, when you put them big dogs on there, they already know what it's hitting for. They bringing their A game because, like I said, just me coming up on every era, being able to see it like that. Look how they say Steph was in Davidson. Like I say, bro, I done seen college games where I'm gonna give another one. Arkansas against Michigan in that national championship game or that semifinals, whatever that was, to get to the championship game. I think that was one of the hard hitting games too. Scotty Thurman, when they had your boy Nolan Richardson, R.I.P. to another black coach legend. That dude knew how to coach, bro. That Arkansas Razorback team.
What was that? 95, 94?
That was really 95 because what you call them went. No, that was 94. My bad, because we went 91, 92.
Okay.
And the only reason why we lost because Chris Webber wound up going to the pros. So the only person we had was Jawan Howard. We had Ray Jackson. We had 4 of the Fab Five. Chris Webber, the only one had left when we lost to them bitches. But I'm saying Jalen Rose, I expected him to bring that shit home, but Scotty Thurman, that nigga was killing Jalen Rose. I swear to God, dog, that nigga was cooking Jalen. I was like, God damn.
Did they ever squash their beef, man? They still beefing with each other, Webber and
Nah, Jalen said it's squashed. I believe him because they both from Detroit. You know what I mean? They planned that shit to go to Michigan. All them dudes planned that shit.
Yeah, they planned it. Yep.
That when I seen it, I was like, man, that shit ain't gonna work. But they bought into the system. Like everybody knew what they was doing. Everybody wasn't trying to outshine each other. And that shit was like a match made in heaven, bro. And I respected that. Only thing I ain't respect, they fought my dude for calling that timeout. But if you watch that replay, man, they got 2, 3 niggas on the sideline telling that nigga to call timeout. But he looking at the bench trying to see if we got one. Now, where I fought the whole team, man, and you being the star, you supposed to ask your fucking self, look, man, do we have any timeouts? Don't put that in the other people's hand, the role players of Jalen Rose. You the star of the team. You ask Coach Fisher, look, Coach Fisher, do we have any timeouts or not? Because if we get this rebound and missed it, I got to know. They say he traveled, he brought the ball up. So when he ran that's why you think he brought the ball to his side of the bench. He could have kept it in the middle and tried to do a play. He ran straight to the corner because he thought they had a timeout. Then he see all them niggas over there calling that shit, telling him to call it. Rob Pelinka was in that shit. He was one of the main ones telling the man call a timeout. Go look at that whole sequence, dog. It's still on YouTube. Rob Pelinka and the other dude was standing behind him, was telling Chris Webber to call the timeout. That nigga turned his shoulder and called that bitch. I was like, nigga. And I see that man threw the fucking technical, and Sherman Williams went to the line and hit that bitch. I wasn't even worried about the Duke, to be honest with you,
You
because I
meant
already
Donald
knew.
Williams. You meant Donald Williams.
Donald Williams.
Oh, I thought it was Sherman. Yeah, Donald Williams. I knew it was a Williams, but listen,
Yeah, he was there for like
I
6
wasn't worried
years.
about the one for Duke because I knew they've been pushing Duke. That's why I was glad UNLV slapped their ass. They cheated UNLV that second time. They ain't want UNLV to beat them white boys, man. Niggas was out there shitting on them that first year. When UNLV slapped the fuck out Duke that first time, them niggas ain't like that. Them boys was running on them. Stacey Ogman, Greg Andrews, Larry Johnson. Man, they wasn't ready for UNLV. They hurry up and got them out the way. All them niggas go for the money. Help your family. Let's get them out the way. And that why you think Duke was so dominant? Even when they played Kentucky, I think they cheated Kentucky. That's why it came down to that Kristen Layton to turn around shoot.
I
Ryan
remember that
Mercer,
shot.
man, Ryan Mercer was killing them niggas, man. Them niggas ain't have an answer for Ryan Mercer. And I ain't gonna lie, Grant Hill, he nice. Trajan Langdon, all them niggas was nice. But Ryan Mercer was cooking their ass. Them niggas couldn't do nothing with Ryan Mercer. They cheated them dudes out that fucking ring, man.
Hey, that's another dude, man, that you wonder what the hell happened to him in the pros.
That shit, money, shit. Them niggas ain't about to go all out and bust their knees up, running up and down this hardcore for these people, man. I just wanted to make it to the league, play the game that I love. Like I told niggas, though, I know niggas right now that did their 4-year, 5-year contract and just retired. Niggas don't almost know about them because they wasn't no starter. They wasn't no big name household. They just made it. They got drafted, free agency. They got their money, and they got the fuck up out the way. That's called a business decision. I'd rather take your money and go buy me some land and open it up to help my people. I can open up restaurants, gas stations, whatever. You can't tell me what to do with my money because I ain't making that much money for you to come at me to sign no oath and all that. How much money, like I said, do you really need to start building something, anything? Buy a lot, put a movie theater right there. And I don't give a fuck what it is. My whole investment was if I was to ever get some money, I'd just build nothing but apartments, low income apartments, get people off the street. Now if you fuck it up, insurance gonna pay for it. As long as you got the rent, this your shit. Once you move out, I got niggas gonna come up in here and refurbish this bitch. I could do it because I know how to do that work. But I'm just saying, if I had the money, that's what I'd do. Any fucking free land that I got access to buying, I'm putting apartments and complexes on that bitch. Yeah. A lot of people out here living off income, like one income from the government. No, that's not right.
No.
One check a month, but you got rent, you got lights, you got food, you got gas to get back and forth to work. Still got to eat because whatever. If you ain't got no restaurant job, when you go on lunch, that shit ain't free. You got to pay for your lunch. Dog, niggas don't know all the shit you got to pay out here for them niggas to be bird feeding my fucking people like this, dog.
Motherfucker out here getting birds eat shit.
Nigga just dropping them little pellets down and they think a nigga supposed to be fighting over that shit. Man, get the fuck on, man. Like, nigga, who you think you trying to play on out here?
Yeah, man. I'm like, what do y'all do? But hey, yo, I'm gonna end this stream. Get on up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch me some Monday Night Raw.
Hey, bro, you still watch that shit?
You still watch? I know.
You got that right. Watch it. Shit.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Stone Cold and The Rock, the fucking Nation of Domination, DX. That's the only time I was watching that shit. That shit weak now to me, dog. My sons love that shit, though. They be up in there coming through the floor at the top. I be like, Mojo, sit here. He coming off the bed and everything, dropping elbows on his brother.
I used to do that in the 80s. I remember doing that.
That nigga put a towel around his face and cut the holes talking about Rey Mysterio, but he forgot to cut the mouth and the nose. He just got the eyes cut. I said, boy, you gonna kill yourself. I know you can't breathe with that shit on your fucking head.
You know, my favorite wrestler
I
right
love
now
them
is
kids, dog. They be tripping me out, though, dog. They're my boys, though.
my favorite wrestler. My two favorite wrestlers right now is Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns.
I only got one favorite wrestler, nigga. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin. All time great. I don't like no new niggas, no old niggas. That's the only nigga I fuck with. Stone Cold. Now, back in the Gap, Junkyard Dog, Butch Reed, Kamala. I had a lot of them back then, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm talking about as far as the 90s, the 80s, and the early 2000s, right before they retired. I fuck with the Rock and all them, but Stone Cold, that nigga wasn't no hoe, dog.
Yeah, I like Stone Cold, and back in the day, I liked Sting.
Oh, I liked him, but that's another wrestling though, WCW.
Hmm.
Hey, LB, ain't Sting on that right now though, LB? Don't he be coming on WWE?
I think Sting's still on. Sting still wrestle.
I remember him and Triple H had a fight at the WrestleMania. But it's all good. But go ahead and watch your wrestling, dog. I'm just chilling at work. I got about 5 more hours at this bitch. I'm gonna be cooking with y'all later. Man,
Yeah,
salute
you know, I'm
to
gonna come
y'all.
back on here and cook. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I appreciate y'all for being in the building tonight, man. Fellowship with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like, hit the subscribe. This your boy. Scream at me. Arr!